Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures back in positive territory once again this morning. The NASDAQ starting the day within 1% of all-time highs. What a recovery it has been. 42% now for the NASDAQ, off the lows that we set back in March. The all-time highs reached back on February 19th of this year. So we're within 1% of that mark once again. All three U.S. markets solidly higher on Tuesday. Once again, both the Dow and the S&P up about 1% each. Individually this morning, lots to get to. Wow. Zoom video conferencing shares obviously going to be in play. We had earnings aftermarket yesterday. Bit of a wild ride in the aftermarket following the report, sharply higher and then came all the way back. We are gapping to the upside this morning. We'll talk about that. Electric car company NIO back to the upside this morning in a big way as well. Some interesting auto sales data out overnight in China. They also got a Goldman Sachs upgrade. And we're going to watch Tiffany shares this morning. LVMH obviously had the deal we thought was in place. A report out late yesterday afternoon suggesting might not be a done deal as of yet. It's on the data front this morning, lots to get to as well. May PMI data for the U.S. coming out at 10 o'clock. There's also a Bank of Canada interest rate decision coming out at 10 a.m. this morning, and it's Wednesday. That means crude oil inventories as well at 10:30. It is indeed Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020. Trader TV Live starts now. And there's a look at Asian markets from the overnight session, solidly higher once again right across the board. You can see Australia leading the way, 3.5% to the upside. We had Korea nicely higher as well, both Chinese markets also in positive territory. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are shaping up so far this morning. Yeah, big time positivity right across the board here, top to bottom, looking good. We'll shift over to North America and see how things are looking for the futures here. Not as big of gains, but back in positive territory. Nevertheless, I mentioned the NASDAQ there in positive territory, just slightly. TSX futures pointing to a nice 1% gain here in Toronto. Brazil's open trading about 1.5% in positive territory. Bitcoin to the upside again today. We have crude oil slightly lower ahead of those inventory numbers coming out, and gold trading to the downside once again this morning. Guys, it's going to be, good morning, it's going to be an interesting day. We have an IPO. We haven't had an IPO on the show. Hopefully, we'll have a chance to trade Warner Music, WMG, going to start trading on the NASDAQ, hopefully, while we were on air before lunchtime.
I'm pretty confident we'll probably get it in there. It should be a fun one. We haven't had a big IPO, and I can't remember the last time. It could be the biggest one this year. We like trading them. There's going to be activity in it, but there's a long list of stocks to watch today. Sort of leading off with Zoom and CrowdStrike, but then some of these other movers from the previous days. And we'll be looking at Tiffany as well because the volatility was excellent in the afternoon. Look, it's going to be a good one. We have a lot to get to, so I don't want to distract away from some of the names here. But I do want to mention big things happening today. Last week we did it on Thursday. Today, right at 1 o'clock, we're going to be doing one of our educational videos live for an hour. We're going on 4 different topics. We love doing that. We'll do it once a week. And we got a few suggestions on Twitter, also in the chats there for ideas, and we're going to continue to incorporate those in our future videos. So keep all of those coming. But lots to get to here, Sean.
Yeah, that's 1 o'clock today at our Market Wisdom page. Last week we had about 4,300 or so people joining us for our education segment. And that's going to be live today, guys, at 1 p.m. We will talk about that. And I'm also going to be probably getting into huge soon, guys, as it's going to take out the top here. So we'll wait to see if that does happen. But like Brendan and Neil said, lots happening. 258% today. This stock could be huge today, guys.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about stocks that are trading under SSR. So that's going to be one of the topics that we discuss in our educational 1 hour-long session this afternoon. Also news halts and then opening and closing auctions. We'll tell you a little bit about the mechanics behind auctions and how they work and why they are in place and how we can even take advantage of them on a trading aspect. Let's go over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and hello everyone, welcome to Trader TV Live. Guys, I wish you a great trading day and we are here as usual to make it even better. As guys mentioned before, today we'll be recording our next series of educational videos and we would love you to join. I will be sending out the link on the chat, so save it and join us at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Guys, please support with thumbs ups and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
All right, let's get going here. We have lots to touch on this morning before the markets open, under a half an hour. So we'll jump into Zoom video conferencing first. Obviously, moving higher once again this morning in the pre-market. They reported results that beat both on the top and bottom lines. Revenue grew by 169%, in fact, during the quarter, $328.2 million. Net income was $58.3 million versus a year ago, $8.9 million. I think the more important and bigger number, though, the forecast, guys, the 2021 fiscal forecast, they're pointing at revenue that could come in the neighborhood of $2 billion, which is obviously a big number when you're talking about 58 million now versus next year. So about 0.5% here to the upside. I mentioned this crazy movement in the aftermarket, significantly higher all the way back down. We're opening, I guess, back below 210 here now.
Yeah, we just got into huge, so we can update that. We're long right now right here. And there it is, a nice little 10 cents there. We're going to wait for some more. I don't really like getting in too much in the pre-market, but we are into this one. Couple hundred shares. Let's just see what happens here on huge. Wish it broke earlier, but it didn't. So, okay, Zoom right here. Yeah, me and Brendan were sitting here talking about its report yesterday. Yeah, it goes all the way to 224 there upon release, and that was a monster move upside. So, and then I said to Brendan, you know what, I bet you this thing turns negative. It actually doesn't, but it's very, very close. So we're on 0.5 right now percent up on the day. I like, where did it close yesterday? 208 and change. So I think we go red to green to red here today, and that's going to happen very soon. So I do like that. I like Zoom as a short here. 211 is where this VWAP is, so we could also look at that possibly as some sort of an action spot there. But yeah, a lot of garbage in here, 213 to 208. I like a 208 break personally to the downside.
Yeah, anytime you have all of the big boys coming out with ridiculously gushing things to say after parabolic moves to the upside, a lot of times that can mean sell the news. So certainly I'm going to be looking for a fade opportunity in Zoom. Similar structure to what we hope would happen yesterday, with 2013 being a bit of a level in the morning. If you can try to run into that, I think failing there would be a good point first, and I'm looking at a 3-minute on the week here. The other thing that I would also be looking to see if you can take off that bottom. So I like a pullback short trade. I like a bottom break trade. In terms of targets, 204 is the first stop in terms of where I'd expect to see a little bit of support on Zoom. After that, you get past that 200 mark. That rollover we're looking for in the afternoon, a couple of sessions ago, this could be the one today.
All right, guys, we'll go over to NEO next. NIO, significantly higher here in the pre-market, was up more than 10%. In fact, there was some car sales data out in China overnight, month-over-month numbers that for the second straight month showed a significant increase in sales across the board. They also got thumbs up from Goldman Sachs. Goldman giving them a buy rating, upping it from neutral for NIO. I am going to try the short here, I think, in front of 520. I mean, this thing's up significantly over the past couple of days, but looking a little bit weak here. See what happens at 5, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at 5, but 530 is the level I was kind of watching here. I know the pre-market high is going to be this 520 mark, but just when I go to the daily chart, there was a bit of a level on the way up here and on the way back, and I sort of remember when we were trading this earlier that could be a nice little price. So call it maybe even 520. It could be 525. It's just that general area I'm expecting some resistance to come into play in NEO, and ultimately it was a great trade long. That break 350, 380 was a good level. At this point, I think there's a fade opportunity. 5 even break, I think everyone's going to be watching that. I wouldn't take a breakout long at 520. I'd be much more interested in seeing it continue the move if it takes out 530, because a failed break at 520 running 10 cents up and coming down, that's going to scare you out there, guys. So I would wait for 530 on a long break, otherwise short in front.
Yeah, and we catapult ourselves here. Big win to start the day. Huge, up to 1170 and change, guys. We're still long 1140, so let's wait and see. I'm waiting up at 12 to get out of some of these ones, but we'll see. We're already pretty big on this one today. We talked about that in the pre-market. I sent it out. I sent out the levels. I sent out the lists. There it is. Welcome to 40 cents, guys, if you followed the trade. So huge, keeps on going upside here. We only got some out there at 11.50. That's a good stop point for us. And then we'll go up here, 11.75 it just stops at there. And yeah, NIO, again, another name. I got to pull the trigger on some of these. If we can rewind the tape a couple days ago when they reported down at 385. Yeah, Neil's right. That was a great one. And I called that it was probably going to be a long. And yeah, since then it's just bumped up. It still has to get through all this. So we'll wait to see. I do like it. I know you're talking short there, Brendan, but I kind of like the long. So let's wait to see 513 possibly as a break for the long side here on NIO. We'll wait to see what that one wants to do, but it is coming back down. It was already up here. So watch out, guys. 513-ish, just getting above this kind of stuff here. I like it on the long side, 513 NIO.
All right, guys, let's go to COTY. The next one we'll talk about. We mentioned this one earlier in the week. They had a little bit of a deal with KKR that got resolved. Everything was a done deal. I believe it was Monday. We were talking about Coty Beauty, obviously related company. They're talking with Kim Kardashian on a possible deal for an entire line of beauty products right across the board. They already own a majority stake in her half-sister Kylie Jenner's beauty line. They bought that last year for $600 million. So COTY back to the upside here today, guys. Nicely, 8%.
Yeah, I just hope the long.
A couple of things to point for the daily chart here. If it eventually gets to that 490 to 5 even mark, that's a big sort of pivot breakout area. It's basically been gearing up to do that the last few sessions. You are going to look at this top on the week here at about 470. That has been a bit of a point. It was a few sessions ago, 465. You get 470 in the pre-market yesterday, and then you get 468 today. So call it a 465 to 470 break to the long side. Runs to $5. The big swing breakout is probably at 490 to 5, but today on an intraday, 65 to 70 long. If it fails at that price, I mean, I guess you can do one of those little scalp shorts in front of it. I prefer to be bullish on that one. I think there's a really good short opportunities today. Coty, maybe it'll be one later on, but I like the long break, and I like it even better if it gets to 5.
Yeah, I'm already long right now, breaking through 450. I missed the 450, and good thing we talked about it because I wanted that long, and I want long more. Okay, we hit the air horn there, and we start flossing it off because, yeah, we're already in the money, and it's already a decent day. So we're going to wait to see here what else Huge wants to do, but this is a 24-cent winner. We just took some off there, 69, as it stopped before 75. So we take some off 69 here. We're still holding half of our position, so we've already taken out, what was this, 14 pennies, and then another 30 or 40 pennies right now. So we're long right here, 11.40 on this one. And we are long Coty. Yeah, look, Coty's a winner all the way through, guys. This is a Kardashian name. We see what happens when these guys touch things. And so we're going to wait to see what happens here. I like this name. I like it long. It's been a good one. There's a lot of news around Coty today and this week. So let's just keep going long and see what happens. 465 maybe next breakout. If you miss 450 or it goes under, you hit it again.
I want to touch on QD in here in a second, but we might as well mention that FSD Pharma, huge. You can trade it in the U.S. Also here in Canada on the CSE. We guys don't have locates on that one. Just heads up if you're thinking.
That's a good point, Brent. I was going to mention if I'm trading long in huge, there's a decent chance that could happen here in the U.S. market. But for shorts, I'm probably going to be jumping over to the Canadian market. So I don't want to confuse you guys. You might see a couple of symbols jump in there. If I'm shorting it, I'm going to have to do it in Canada in the CSE. So it'll say huge, but the price just might be a little confusing to some of you.
Okay, yeah, the actual news on FSD Pharma, 200% to the upside or more now, as we saw there. The FDA has given them the go-ahead to design a study for a potential COVID-19 treatment. So they're working on the treatment side, not necessarily the vaccines for FSD Pharma, which is huge, both here, as we mentioned, in Canada, on the CSE and down in the U.S. as well. Let's go over to QDN, guys. They've agreed to purchase 10.2 million newly issued Class A shares of Seiko Holdings, which is a Chinese company that is in the higher end online sales platform type of idea. They will make QDN, the purchase makes QDN the largest shareholder in Seiko with a 28.9% holding. So up nicely this morning here for QD, guys, about 16%.
Yeah, a few levels I'm looking at on QD. If you go to the daily chart, 190 break, which very briefly tried to touch up there in the pre-market, slammed back down. So I think 190, 195 is what we're looking at here. Maybe even call it a $2 break. That's the bigger level. In the middle here, 170 was also a level on the daily, and they were consolidating very tightly in that range. I think we'll have an opportunity to play this one. 155 is support on QD, so those are the three levels I'm looking at on this name. The volume is only half decent at 600,000 for a dollar stock, so it's not something which I'll probably be as active on as, you know, say an SCCO, which we'll get to, or, you know, GSUM actually looks pretty good as well, and Tiffany I'm going to be involved in, and Huge obviously is doing great volume. QD is not as high on that list.
Yeah, I'm not even, I didn't even look at QD. We're still in this Huge. I've just been getting some out here. We are just a little less than half right now as it just keeps ripping up. This is a 35 penny winner to start the day. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, guys. It's been obviously, here we go. Bang, even more and more. 42 pennies to start the day off. Guys, that's a home run no matter what. Hope you guys had this with us. It was the very first name we talked about. He threw to me at 901 or whatever it was, and we talked about Huge. So I hope you guys are in this with us. If you are, put in the chat. Big time win there. We'll talk about Micron. We got CrowdStrike coming up and whatnot, but I'm a pass on QD, guys. Not when you have this kind of stuff happening.
Yeah, the other side of that deal, SECO, might be more exciting for a trade today as far as QD goes. But let's go to CrowdStrike. They reported opening at a 9-month high today, reported earnings that were better than expected right across the board. They actually reported a profit versus an expected loss. So it was 2 cents per share to the profit side versus an expected loss of 6 cents per share, benefiting obviously from increased work at home demand. So yeah, CrowdStrike, nice look here as well. 8% guys to the upside.
Yeah, I mean, I saw in the chat heavy interest in CrowdStrike. People are asking, like, hey, how far can it go? 100 was sort of like that psychological area in the aftermarket yesterday. We're sort of retracing back into it right now. I just sort of had written down 97.75 is a nice little pivot area. It could be interesting support. I like to pick out these spots in the aftermarket and then see if they can't play into effect the next day. So call out 97.75 either to be a support level. If it breaks that, you could have a big retracement on CrowdStrike. So I'm looking at that level. High of day is 102 or so, and then you have that sort of, you know, 100 even psychological level. But for me, that 97.75 is more important.
Yeah, we're going to go log through 100 here on this name. CrowdStrike, yeah, VWAP is right here at 131, 96.50. There's some levels down here that we looked at. Where's 96.50? Yeah, right here. Yeah, that's just sort of this bunched up level here. And there it is, Huge with the halt. So we're going to see on this one now. Huge halted. We're Huge on this name already. It's been a big monster day. We're long at 11.39. Now you have Huge halting, so that's a floss thing. Let's just see what happens. Hopefully they don't come down and say it's all, you know, BS and we come down here. We'll wait to see what happens. No, right now we're in this name and it's a monster winner. We got Huge long and we've got Cody long. Obviously that's not going to halt, but yeah, CrowdStrike, I like this name, guys. Let's see what this can do. You see it's high. It's 52-week high is actually all the way back 101 or something like that, all the way back here. Yeah, when we first IPO'd, basically, we got as high as 102 and change. So that's the high there. We bumped up exactly on that number again. So today you're up 8.5%. It crosses that moving average down here at 56. What a buy that was. But right now, yeah, CrowdStrike. I like it. I like it long, but it's going to be, you know, the problem here is I know it's going to happen. It's going to spread. It's going to open up so wide. So you're going to be very, very careful off the open. Definitely take as many shares as you can to withhold like a $3 or $4 possible move against you before it goes the way you want it to.
Another one setting up for a possible break right at the open here. Micron, guys. We haven't really talked about the semiconductor space for quite some time on the show, but Micron up nicely this morning, 2.5%. They had a number of U.S. patents that were issued to them on a wide range of products. They also got a couple of upgrades today as well. So Micron definitely leading as far as this group is concerned this morning. We're sitting here, I mean, $48 right above us here, a bit of a wall at this point in the pre-market.
Yeah, Micron's a good name. I like Micron. A lot of people talking about Micron here. Yeah, I kind of like its friend NVIDIA a little bit better, but we'll check out Micron here. Like you mentioned though, Brendan, you know, always, we got to trade stocks that are in news, right? And so U.S. patents, obviously a big thing that we need to talk about. It's up here. It's just kind of bouncing in this little range here. We like to play when we break out of ranges. This happens to be at 48. Let's check out a day chart on this one. Micron not really running, and that's why I was thinking about NVIDIA a little bit better, but this is not sector-related news. This is specific to Micron, so maybe a little bit different there. But yeah, we've just had some problems here. I don't really see Micron. I mean, look, guys, I know you're long the name, and I know a lot of you want this thing to go up, but I don't know, man. It needs to get above this 48. What is this? Let's call it 48.90 or so before I really get excited here. We're still stuck in this range. It doesn't look like it wants to break out. I don't know if these patents were expected or not, but a nice 2.5% move, which is great. But I mean, the tech sector's booming. The market's up, and we're up 2.5. It doesn't really seem super exciting to me. But Brendan, we need to find out if there's any news on that huge. I guess it's just a volatility halt anyways.
Yeah,
I'm just going to check here.
It's been halted over in Toronto pretty much the entire time, so I'm not sure. It could be volatility over there. Doubling down on Micron, it's been basically forming a wedge and tightening up here. So I'm not even looking at Micron today. I think in the tech sector, there's a lot of better plays.
Yeah, okay, just double checking here on Huge. Looks like indeed a volatility halt for Huge. Actually, did it resume there, Sean? I think
No.
Okay, 9:17 they had a resumption on Huge apparently. So I want to talk about Tiffany. Let's talk about Tiffany. There was a report out yesterday afternoon. Obviously, the deal with LVMH has been in the works for the past few months, trading up here around 127.5, 128. Yeah, then that happened. A report out saying that the deal might not get done now. So we went from 127.5 all the way down to 112 in the afternoon yesterday.
No audio, no audio.
Opening lower than that today.
Yeah, this was an interesting one. I was watching this one in the afternoon. I did make one short trade, made a little bit, but it just couldn't go secondary move after we already got that halt. Look, the first time they had questions around this deal, it got all the way down to about 104 after a few sessions before bouncing back when LVMH reaffirmed that they were going to be involved. So this is just speculation that the board did discuss this and are having second guesses, but it's something actually official right now. So some levels that I'm watching on the day today, a big one's going to be 120 and 124. I would love to be fading that price. We've already come away from 118.50, so any kind of bounce up, we'll be shorting in that range. I do think. And then to the downside, just look where it bounced before, guys. 104 was support at one point. 109.50 is the next level that I'll be watching. I am not going to be a buyer of Tiffany unless it's in front of a support level that I've identified. Otherwise, it's going to be short side plays only for me.
Yeah, I don't. For Tiffany, it's a pass for me. I don't really care for this stock or this kind of game. But yeah, it's a big one, and we moved yesterday. Good move yesterday in the afternoon. I'm still waiting here, guys, with some position here on Huge. So we're gonna wait to see if that does open up. Cody, though, okay, Cody, not bad. I don't have many shares here. It's falling back down a little bit. Actually, no, it's not. We're long right here. So we'll wait to see what happens. We're long at 453 right now on Cody. I saw this wick down here. Obviously, that didn't happen. So we'll wait to see. This is going to be another big trade here as the market opens up in 7 minutes. COTY and Huge, the only two positions I have on right now, guys.
We've been talking about the travel-related companies over the beginning of this week. I want to mention Boeing here, guys. They came out and said they've reached a settlement agreement with Europe's largest travel group, which is TUI Group, involving the 737 MAX grounded aircraft. Boeing will provide what is being called an undisclosed compensation, and also will issue credits for further aircraft purchases in the future from TUI Group. So, I mean, 2.5% here for Boeing, not a huge move, but I like the way this looks. We're already kind of pressing highs here for BA.
Someone asked about Boeing in the chat, and the only thing I sort of said was 159 is the level that I'm looking at here in a potential break. It's had some trouble getting through there. It's a nice bounce. It's a nice recovery story. I think once it gets through there, you have pretty much clear sailing for about 15 to 20 bucks. Does it happen today? I don't know. You can do that little opening range break trade if you like. For me, I'm looking at 159, and that's the level I'm watching, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, whatever it happens to be on Boeing. You know, so support is down at about 152, 153. Maybe if it dips down there, there might be another trade there. So many people in the chat have been asking about Luckin Coffee. That $2 break for us, that was yesterday. I don't really have, you know, there's 250 I have as resistance. I got 220, maybe I'll buy in front of that. It's just when that move already happens and it's gearing up for a couple of days, I don't anticipate as much action in it today. Maybe there's something there, but I'm not going to be, it's nowhere near the top of the list with so many other names to get involved in. And I do want to talk about quickly, Brendan, GSUM. This is another, of course, JNUS I pull up there instead. GSUM is another one gapping to the upside. I do have this one short. 120 is the level of resistance I'm looking at, despite the fact it broke in the pre-market. It's now come below. Still looking at a 120 stop. I want to add to this position in the teens if I can get it. Retracement to $1 would be the first stop for me to the short side trade.
I think it's important, guys, we take a second to talk a little bit about this IPO that could be tradable on the show today. Hopefully, we get to trade it on the show. The year's largest IPO, Warner Music Group, coming out this morning. WMG on the NASDAQ. Maybe just thoughts on how, I mean, obviously there's no chart to show at this point, but maybe just thoughts on how we approach something like this. I mean, Sean, you were saying, you're thinking mainly to the upside for this one.
Yeah, I mean, I just like, IPOs, there's a lot of money sitting on the sidelines right now. You see what this market is doing. I mean, it's just nonstop. I mean, look, here we go again. Talk about the market. We're just ripping up even more now. So, there's a lot of money sitting on the sidelines. The thing about music now is, obviously, with all of the streaming going on, there's so many different revenue models now that these guys can hit off. Some of their artists include Cardi B and Ed Sheeran and whatnot. I mean, it's Warner Music. We don't have to talk about that. But, yeah, look, 10-cent music's in the game. Spotify, Warner Music now coming through. And yeah, it's a content play. Content is king. You see what happened there with Spotify as well with Joe Rogan. So yeah, Warner Brothers, it's what? WMG?
WMG, yeah.
Yeah, WMG, yeah. So we're going to go long when that happens and it'll be fun. So watch us if you guys are, yeah, I see Alibaba on there. Look, I missed Alibaba. That should have been a great long back down there below 200. I was a little nervous about that Chinese legislation there, but anyways, I see you guys talking about that. But anyways, yeah, Warner Music Group, guys, let's hit that. Let's hit it hard. Let's just hope it's on the show on time.
Yeah, absolutely. I do believe we have a new feature here. We're going to go to Brendan once again for one of the names I know he's going to be looking at, and it should look pretty interesting.
Yeah, Brendan, look here for you. We have a new TV, obviously. That is Sean's screen, guys. Can we get line turn?
Hey, guys.
Helpful. Yeah, I mean, small capital. We'll jump back over
Cody
to
works.
This one, guys. WYSA up 46% so far this morning. We sadly don't have locates on this one, but already coming back to the downside, gave you a nice opportunity. There was a break, I think these levels at this point, but 46.3% to the upside, obviously, on news this morning, breaking back down here, 45% now for WYSA. If you do have locates, have a look at that one, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. If anyone wasn't able to hear that, WISA, certainly, we don't have locates on it, but again, it's been a good short opportunity in through 380, 390 or so, pulling back in. It's up 46%. Certainly, there should be an opportunity to trade this stock to the long side. I would wait for $3 before any kind of a bounce there, guys. So that should be a good one. Someone was asking about Cody. It was just up there on Sean's screen on the chat. 470, we're talking about the top side break, $5. Another key level after that, guys. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch. We're watching that one right here off the open with just only 2.5 minutes to go, guys. And that halt on Huge was a T2 news halt, and it is starting to be disseminated, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in order here to go for 57, maybe a couple more shares here on Cody as that's going to open up. Okay, Zoom. Again, I'm not sure, like we hit that $20 winner or whatever it was the other day, right off the open. I'm not certain about it again. 207.50 to the downside might be good. But
well, Brennan, is there something happening in Tiffany right now? Do you have news, buddy?
I can check for you, sure. Yeah,
so Tiffany just ran $6 to the upside in a couple of seconds here. So right before the open, I'm expecting LVMH probably reaffirmed or something. That's a good, decent bet. If that's the case, and Brennan will confirm here, some of that resistance is going to turn into support for me. Call it that 118 level. We have to see. I don't want to trade this one blind. It's going to be very heavily news related.
Okay, well, yeah, when Brendan gets that, we'll get it back to you guys as well. Okay, yeah, what I was talking about was Zoom. 213 here. Looks like it'll take that top off. 214, maybe the next area to go. I don't love the long, so I'm going to probably stay away from that. I'm more liking the short here. I just don't like how it came all the way back, tried to get going again, and then today we're sort of hovering around here again. I mean, the bull case is here. I can't blame anybody for going long, and it might be the right trade. For some reason, though, I don't want to do it. I'm trading too big shares to do that right now. Okay, 101 maybe on CrowdStrike. I do like the 100 break, so we'll have to look at that, but 101 also a possibility on Crowd here, as we only have 50 seconds left. So CrowdStrike I like a bit better. You can go long 101 and watch out for 98, 98.50 maybe as you're out if you're wrong on the long. But I do like CrowdStrike to the long side. It looks like we got Valeria over there at the bell, so 30 seconds to go. We'll try to fix Brendan's mic, guys. Thank you so much much for that. The team is on that, so we'll try that next time we throw to Brendan. He'll be here a lot. 1 o'clock today is also our market wisdom time to go. We're going to be doing a few quick lessons on a few topics there today. But here we go, guys. Only 20 seconds to go. We're watching CrowdStrike to break 101 here, guys.
Absolutely. And with just now dropping the countdown, 10 seconds to go, there is nothing firm news on Tiffany, so everything remains intact. Watch out for that GSUM. We're watching SECO as well. But 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is open. Let's get this party started. Immediately for me, I'm going to be watching huge when it opens up in both Canada and the US. We didn't talk about Canada Goose. I do want to get you guys to that one eventually at some point. But for me, I am right now watching this pullback in Tiffany very, very heavily. 115 looked like support. That kind of move to the upside, I may take a shot. In front of it, I said I only wanted to be short. But when it pops $5 like that, there might be a buyer here today.
Yeah, we're going to get out of, I mean, it's fine. We're not out yet, but we're going to wait to see if Cody does come down here and breaks 435. If it doesn't do that, great. We'll go long again at 450. And I like this name to the long side, so we're going to keep trading that one long right now, Cody. And we're going to wait to see what Zoom did. It probably ripped up. Let's just wait and see.
No, Zoom just came down through that 210 mark here, Sean. So trying to take a shot here, unable to get any shares. There we go. I think I got my shares on the way back up after 210 broke, and there's a ridiculous amount of volume going through. Wow, 211 immediately. 213. 213 is that break point for me. So you got to give $3 on this trade because 213 was the resistance level. So my stop is firmly put at 213, and then we're just going to let this one ride. I was looking for a retracement play on Zoom after that earnings play, so that's what we're working with, guys.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I don't have Zoom yet. We're going to wait for a lot lower than that. Good luck to Neil on that short. It may just take out that 213, but lots of size there. Big size. There it goes, 212 and change. There it goes. Yeah, see, this stock, we knew this stock would sort of be crazy. So let's check over to CrowdStrike right now. Oh, it breaks through 101. Okay, good. We get long. So now we're long CrowdStrike. 101.14. It's all the way up to 102, guys. Here we go. We did it again. Let's go. Bang. There it is. CrowdStrike, a nice little win right there. So floss one off for CrowdStrike. Nice win there at the chicken dinner. It's $1 winner right off the bat. Let's see what it does through 102 now. We've got CrowdStrike for the bang, $1.50 winner right now on CrowdStrike. Hit the air horn, guys. You're rocking with me. It's all good. 103. Let's go, guys. Nice move on Crowd, guys.
I just reversed into the long, scalped out of the long on Zoom. So you take the $3 hit, made a scalp trade back, and I'm looking for this one again, to be honest with you. But I'm checking for a new level here, 213. It looks like we got to about almost 214 there to the upside. So it got about $1 and then came back in. It still looks like there's going to be a short opportunity. The only position I got left on is going to be GSUM. Sorry, going to say some short forms here. We are working with this. It's still a good short. We're in the money. It is already a profitable trade. I'm looking for a $1 target. So until we get to that 10% mark, not too sexy for me just yet. But I want to get back to Tiffany because at this point, there is a buyer emerging at 116. I like 115 for support, but if this buyer breaks at 116, I will be going short side on that trade. 118.50 is going to be the short in front of resistance on this one. So it goes up $1, I'm shorting it. Big seller at 117.25, so watch out for that as well.
Guys, look at this out here. 103.63. We basically get the high side of this one. We have 20% left now. We're going to wait until 101 breaks again. 101.50. Look at this out up here on Crowd. Wow, that's how we do it, guys. Floss that up. Thank you for all the love. Love to you guys as well out there. This has been what a fantastic run for me lately. What a big hit here on Crowd. Thank you guys. I hope you guys like that trade. The future's still ripping to the upside here. Come on, Crowd. You got more in you, right, Brendan?
Yeah, absolutely. Another one that has a lot in it so far. Canada Goose, guys, moving higher. Even after earnings were not so great. They did report a loss for the quarter, obviously, with the pandemic hurting. 23 up to 24.30 now. 13% to the upside for Canada Goose.
Absolutely. That's one we didn't get to there, guys. We're still waiting for the opening, unfortunately, on Huge. I don't see any indications yet when that's going to be. But I did grab the short. We just got into Tiffany right now. That seller that I just talked about at 117.25. Followed it down an entire $1 to 16. So I'm literally just jumping in front of that seller on the way down here. The first support level was supposed to be 115. If it breaks through that, I'm going to try and hold some shares. I'll see if I can't scalp. 50-cent win here right now in the first little bit. 115.91 short. So we got a 50-cent win on the first quarter. I'm going to hold some for 115. If that breaks, there's not a heck of a lot till 109 on Tiffany. Let's see if some buying actually steps into it.
And guys, it's in the building again. There it is. Home run, explode the money. 207 to the short side there. Take out half down here, 206 and change. Let's see what happens now to Zoom. We're long CrowdStrike. We're long, we're huge and huge. We're short in Zoom. We're just rocking and rolling right now. 206 and change, guys. Look at this. 206.50, 206.65. We gave this one to you at 207.50. So here we go. Let's see if we can go. Bye-bye, Zoom. $2 winner. Booyah! There it goes again, guys. So hopefully you're enjoying the ride today. Multiple dollars on multiple stocks here today. Zoom for the win. Just keeps on going, guys. Thank you for that one as well, Zoom. Let's see how far down it goes. Resisting that level here. Wait a second here. What is this bottom here? 205.20? That's kind of where it went to, Sean. So you maybe need to get out some of that at 205 if we continue to go down. But adios, amigos. The day just keeps on getting better here, guys. Zoom right now, big time win for us, as well as Crowd. Huge. You know we're in that one. We're long at 11:30. It's at 11:90, but we're going to wait to see what the news is on that one. It's news pending, apparently. So we'll wait to see on that one. But nice little trade here on Zoom, guys. Hope you had it.
GNUS with another break to the upside through that $5 mark. Looking for a pullback buy here in front of 520. So missed out on that big break. Unfortunately, we're going to try this little pullback trade in front of 5 even. See if it has any juice. But I'm only giving it to $5. SECO, I stopped out at 420. Now we're looking to get back in. It rejected about a little bit higher, guys. So I feel like it's going to be one of those trades where you see that initial opening range rejection. I didn't want to give it too far, but it couldn't take out the secondary level at 465. Because that's the case, we're going to try rolling into the short in SECO once it retakes that 420 level. Brendan, what do you got?
AMC Theater is moving again, guys, to the downside once again today. 5% in negative territory. They came out and said once again they're worried about continuing operations. This was the one that there was rumors about Amazon having interest in. Turned out it was actually the television AMC network that Amazon might have interest in. This one's still falling to the downside, though, on that news today, guys.
Yikes.
Absolutely, and I'm trying to get more shares of Tiffany. Seller emerged at 116.50. I tried to double down there. It's very thinly traded with a big spread at times, so it's hard to get a position. I'm watching SECO again. We're going to jump into this one. 420 just broke. I was able to get some at 418 there. We're going to work back into this one to the short side after it just rejected the top. Quickly have 3 shorts on. GSUM is still working for us. SECO we just got into now, still working with that Tiffany short and waiting for huge to open up here. We are still seeing obviously a halt. It hasn't traded here in Toronto, guys. So still waiting on that stock. We haven't seen anything just yet. I do want to get back to one other name. We talked about Boeing here. It tried to test to that 159. Forget about it, guys. It just tanked $3 off of that. So I stick to 159 being the breakout long. I'm going to now fade shorts in front of it on any pullback in Boeing. But Tiffany, another leg to the downside here. We are short at 115.91. It makes another move down. We'll take another 40-50 cent scalp while trying to hang on to this short for the ride down to 114.50. That's a pre-market low.
Yeah, guys, we're making so much money on everything else. I didn't even realize this, Cody. So that's why, again, we don't take a big position in the pre-market, and then there it goes. It drops right down. We stick to our discipline, and now we are flashed out of COTY. So that one is definitely a fall in a hole. But the ones you guys are really probably worried about mostly, hopefully, is Zoom right here, 207.50. I don't even have any bids down anymore. I think this thing could fall. So let's bye-bye. There's $2 winner for you right there. So yeah, we will hit the air horn for you. Wow, $2, $3 now. We're going downside now. 204. Come on, Zoom. Let's keep this party rocking and rolling. Oh, is Huge back open yet? No, it is not. Let's wait to see on that one. Brendan, this is a $4 winner now on Zoom. So let's keep that party going. Were you able to get anything short in this name?
I am indeed. Short Zoom. Yeah, here's another one for you, Sean. Lyft moving higher. 10% on the day for Lyft today. 33.5 up to $35, guys. They upped their current quarter forecast out this morning, pre-market, guys.
Yeah, Lyft to the upside, guys. Of course, you're going to want to also watch over our good friend Uber as well, just to make sure there's a sympathy play possibly happening. There are levels on this one when you go to the daily chart, and it's sort of a big one right here at that 35 mark, and we just turned around there once now. Big breakout potential through 35 even, already up 9%, but just watch out for that 35 break, and also look for a pullback long at 34. Either one of those should be a good one on Lyft. So I'm going to have my orders locked and loaded, ready to go, both sitting on the bid and removing liquidity off of that offer on a 35 break. Good look on the daily chart.
Yeah, we got out of CrowdStrike there, guys. Big win, and then we got out for flat. Well, we got long at 101. We got out at $100.50. Bang, bang, bang. Big win there on CrowdStrike. And now it looks like it wants to fade back down a little bit. I'm wondering if this is a good spot to reload. But right now, I'm going to wait on CrowdStrike because it looks like it's trying to push down. Oh, yeah, and by the way, Zoom, we're waiting at 202.60 right now. So we'll see if that can come through. Very spready. I mean, this is 80 cents. Well, 70 cents there, like we talked about. And when it opens up, it opens up. So we'll wait on the bid here and see if we get one more flush down.
I'm going to cut a tree down here, Sean, for a faller here. It's going to be a slow-moving stock, GSUM, but if you can take 10% on a trade, you're going to do it every time, guys. So working this short in the teens, like we mentioned, if it breaks a buck, it was an 80-cent stock at the close yesterday. It could make a retracement in there. I would like to hold some for a dollar even break. If it becomes a penny stock, I should have half my position still, looking for a 90-cent run. So that one looks pretty good to the south side. I'm still working into a TIF position. I'm trying to hold this one short. I kind of made a joke to Brendan, and I hope it's not true when I left here today, that I might be willing to shut myself down with a short trade if I find a good level on Tiffany. That hasn't happened just yet, but I am working into a short position here. SECO, I'm back into this one. If I get stopped out on a break in the pre-market and then I see it fail at the next level and come back down, usually that's a trade I don't want to miss out on. So we're short here, back at 418, giving this one to about that 450 area on SECO. See if the second time's a charm.
Let's see about Cody again, guys. I do like it through 440 if it does go through 440, 441, 442, if we can get down through there. We did get flushed out on this. We'll try it again, and look, if it breaks again down to the downside, then we will get out. But Cody right now, I'm looking at that one. I know I see some of you guys are holding the bags, and yes, my Square has done it again as well. Another 52-week high for you. Thank you so much for Square. This has been a big stock for me personally and also trading wise. Let's see if it breaks through 88.70 here. Square looking to keep going here as the market definitely ripping back to the top side here. What is that high? 89? We'll see. If it can take out 89 here, let's maybe go a little bit long on Square and see what we can do the rest of the day. It's only up 0.79%. Square for the win possibly here. We're still waiting for huge to open up. No idea. That could determine a lot for me today. If it tanks down to 10 bucks again, we'll lose a decent amount of our day, but I guess it could go either way. So we're going to wait here. Square looking like a nice little run. Facebook had some issues there. I was talking about that in the pre-market there. Zuckerberg kind of fighting a little bit.
Upside halt on GNUS there, 570, another upside break. So that stock continues to be a wild run. Should open in 5 minutes. It's just a volatility halt. We did talk about CrowdStrike, Sean, but it just ticked back into that $100 range after falling $4 after initial pop at the open. I'm now looking to see if we can't fade this one. The market with that move up, and then I saw at the same time CrowdStrike coming back in. You could see some profit taking here. I did like 97.75 as a level. It didn't quite get there for any kind of a break. I think this is the shot here to short it in front of what was the pre-market top, and then maybe accelerate through on something at that 97.75 mark. So that's what I'm watching here in CrowdStrike right now. We just have 3 positions on. I want to put the position board on for you guys so that we can see what we're working with. GSUM, we still have that one, 113. It's at 105 right now. Just took some out at 104. We also have a SECO short here at 418 again. I want to see if we can work this one to 450. 4 even break is what we're looking for. And Tiffany right now I'm short at 116.06. That's a trade that I want to be short between here and 117. 118.50 was supposed to be a big level for me. We did see it move up in the pre-market. It did come right back down. There was no news, so I'm not as scared as I was when I saw that ridiculous $5 spike in the pre-market there.
Okay, guys, we got back long into Cody here, 442. So we'll wait to see if that. Should have probably, if I wanted 442, I should have waited and added liquidity here at 441 and get a better price. But that's okay. So right now, a couple thousand. We'll see what happens here on Cody. See if it wants to go to the upside here. 444 looking decent, but we'll wait to see if it comes back down here and breaks down here 430. But right now, Cody, yeah, a little bit of a resistance side there on the upside, 442, which is where we're stuck long right now. So we still got huge, and we're waiting on this one to open 1193. I know we keep talking about it, but that's one of the trades that we have on as well. Okay, Facebook, I did want to look at that, and I'm going to go short here. Again, I'm a little bit worried about their stance here that they've taken on a lot of these protests and free speech. So we're 230, 11, 230 and change. We're going to go short if it breaks through 230. That should be a good one. Oh, one name that we haven't looked at, though, today has been our friend CCL. So we'll do that when we get get back, but what's up, Brandon?
Cloudera, guys, they're buying this one into earnings. 5.5% today for CLDR. $12 up here, resistance in the pre-market. On its way back up to $12. Let's see what happens at that point, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Cloudera is a good one. We talked about QD as well, possibly being a nice play today. It did break that 170 check. That 155 was the next level down. It's trying to bounce off that now because it's so close to the previous close at 147. That's where I'm looking for a bounce long play in QD. We get some consolidation here. 160 break to the upside. I'm watching here now on QD. I still have that order on lift. It did test 35, like we mentioned. I think it's a good breakout through there. It's trying to pull back. First level would be 34 to maybe catch a dip by 33.80 would give you another opportunity as well. It's halfway to that point. In the middle, not touching it, guys. It's got to break the top off or give me a nice little pullback for a buy opportunity when we're looking at lift.
We're still waiting for Cody to go. IBM moving a little bit here. Oh, here goes NIO. NIO. I told you we like this long, guys. Unfortunately, I don't take it yet, but we're right here at 420 or 520. So let's see if we can break through 521. If we do that, then yeah, let's go long. Again, a couple thousand shares here through 520 on this name. If we can get NIO, goes all the way down here 5 and change. That would have been a beauty, but now we'll wait to see what it wants to do on the top side. It might actually be a decent short here too. It's been up here a couple times before, so let's wait to see what it wants to do this time, but could be a decent short off of Goldman. I think it was Goldman or Bank of America, one or the other. Upgrades today, so I love NIO. I'm really upset that we don't have it. I don't have it personally long down in the 3s where we liked it when they beat, but we'll wait here. 521 to the upside here. That one could still go. Just to give you guys a recap, man, we're in huge. We're waiting for that. Hopefully it opens up today or while the show's going on. We're going to wait, guys. Do you hear anything about Warner Brothers Music? We want to know when that's going to be IPOing. He's right now CEO on TV, so we'll wait to see. Hopefully that comes soon. And then our other position right now, the one that we have the most shares in, of course, is Cody. So we'll wait to see if that one flies through. And we are also waiting, guys, on Facebook, which could break right now. Downside 230, 229. We're going to wait to see. This could be a decent break downside. I don't want to be short the market.
There's a million halts today, and add AESE, which was one we were trading previously in the week, to that list, guys. Halting upside 411. This was a stock. It's up 11%, but this is already come back in after one move to the upside. But 390 was already a good break, and it just took that one out one more time here. So I'm looking to see if this one goes parabolic. The volume is relatively light, so do just watch yourself. GNUS just opened back up after a halt, guys. This one has been crazy wild. It just halted and came back down. So I'm looking at that halt level of 570. If it takes that one out, it's sort of an obvious long opportunity. Otherwise, if it holds it, you're looking at the first short of the day here in front of it on 570. So short reversal, 570 on GNUS. Brennan, what do you got?
Another one with earnings here. Apps, APPS on the NASDAQ, 23%, just breaking day highs here. 850, big time level on the daily chart, but earnings out after market yesterday for this one. Definitely better than expected. Nice look for apps, guys.
Guys, here goes Facebook to the downside here as well. 229, where he took some out. We went short 229.90. That's where we're short. Look at this out, guys. 57. So some out 73, some out 57. We're still short here. 229 on Facebook. Great trade. Great trade here on Cody, too. Told you we'd take a couple thousand shares here. We're long right now, 42. So let's keep going to the upside. We got some out 46. So all you bag holders, hopefully that keeps going upside for you as well, like it is for me. So right now, Facebook short, Cody long, huge long. You know what? We can put them up on the board here. Why not? I want to give them some time anyways to run for me here. Okay, here it is here. Just what we talked about. Bang that out. Cody long, Facebook short, huge long. Waiting for you huge to open up. Let's see if this Facebook can go. Here goes Cody, more guys. Let's go.
And here comes 570. Reverse long is going to be in play on GNUS, guys. So it goes into the short. We take that one in front. It then broke the top once again. So GNUS just continues to be a crazy runner here. So I'm reversing long in this one and see how far it can go. If you can't beat them, join them, guys. That's going to be the name of the game. So we just got long at 76 on that reversal play. GSUM, I did not reload. I saw a couple of you guys did. It has to break $1 for me to take more shares out. And we are still waiting for huge, but SECO is the other name here. It's not up 100% anymore. I was going to get out some shares in front of $4. I'm now going to get more shares if it breaks 4. If this takes out 4 even on SECO, floodgates should open up. We're adding to our position, not taking off.
Guys, look at Facebook again. We are just destroying everything today, guys. Alley-oop to the market. Hopefully you guys are short Facebook with me right here. It just keeps going down. This is nearly $1 in the money. So we ring the register on this one. Keep coming down, Facebook. Let's see if we can hold it. We still got half. Cody, we got a whole bunch out here at 48. So good little trade there as well. Bye-bye, Facebook. It just keeps on going downside, guys. 229.30, our best out right now, 229.27. So today we're ringing the registers on a bunch of different names. So it's been a big one for me. I'm going to cancel my NIO trade right now and wait for everything else to come through. But let's hope Facebook can continue to fall, especially if this market does. Little overheated, I'd say. So let's get out of some more. Cody, Facebook, nice trade, guys. Big mover here. Hopefully you guys have this with me as well. It's been Zoom day, CrowdStrike kind of day, a Facebook kind of day, a huge kind of day, and a Cody kind of day. So right now we're on everything, guys. Small caps, big caps, penny stocks, whatever. Roll with me and you'll be all right. What up, Brandon?
It seems like every day is a Genius Brands kind of day. Another 45% for GNUS rather. Give you a little opportunity right at the open there to catch it before $5. We're approaching $6 now. It's been halted once already, guys, for GNUS.
Yeah, just actually reversed into the long trend on GNUS like we were mentioning there. So if it breaks to 6, we'll take a few shares out in front of it. I just got some there in the 80s. We'll look to get some out in the 90s as well. It breaks 6 even. You want to hang on for dear life, which could happen sort of any second now. But lift, I want to get you guys to, as we just did get that first dip buy opportunity. Just looking at that pre-market sort of top range at 33.80 that we were mentioning, that's going to be a nice little stop area for us to go long in front of us and maybe catch this little bounce. But heading to the downside is SECO. And I just want to mention here that I did change my plan. Instead of taking it out in front of $4, we're going to add to our short position on this break. This one really has a big shot to roll over here. So my price is now $4.10. It's now headed through $4, so instead of taking it off, we're going for the hammer, looking for the bigger win here. Next level would be pre-market bottom, 384, had some buy support. That's where we'll take some shares out in front. So looking for first target, 20-cent win, and then after that, a little bit bigger on this name here. I am still working that Tiffany short. I'll update that with you every now and then, but like I said, I'm digging in for that one. 118.50 was what level I was watching in the pre-market.
Here we go. Cody, more winners there, guys. Taking some out here again at 46. Oh, I thought I'd get 47s there. We'll see if we can get a 47 print coming through right now. We're still waiting for huge to open back up, so we'll wait on that one. Facebook, we've taken it back out. Again, look at all these outs down here. Our best out down here at 229.27. So we'll wait to see on that one. Facebook on the upside. Look at this market, guys. We are taking off here, so we have to watch out for any of our shorts that we have on right now, because obviously this market is not going to forgive us if we hold on to these shorts for too long. So we'll wait to see on that one. But right now, I do like it, man. Facebook retracing all the way back up. If the futures can fall, I know we have a weak name on board here. So let's just keep our faith here in this one. I'm going to give it all the way back to 231. We'll risk it. We're out of... we got about 40% left. So yeah, look, if it comes all the way back to 231, then we'll have to wash our hands of this one, and it won't be a money maker. But I do like this one to the short side, especially if the market does continue to fall, guys. What's up, Mr. Wickens?
Cassava Sciences, guys, SAVA up 25% at this point. Was a lot higher, got all the way up to 3 in the pre-market, but just popping up once again here, breaking 250. They announced this morning they're going to present some much anticipated data at a Jefferies event coming up on the weekend as far as one of their trials that's underway. So Cassava Science is getting a little bit of a look today, guys.
Yeah, it just actually broke out through 250 right now. It's making a bit of a secondary move to the upside. It got to $3 in the pre-market, so this actually has a decent shot to go. Because I missed the 250 break, it means I got to limit the amount of exposure to the long at a 60 level. But you can start something here, and if you want 240 to 250 to be your support, maybe work a position and get yourself a decent price. I'm starting it myself at 60, adding at 55 if we have a chance to get on any kind of a pullback. But see if it can't retest those highs. Sava already made one move to the upside. Let's see if it makes another. I talked about SECO not wanting to take off anything until it got through that pre-market bottom. I just took the first leg out at 88. So we'll take a quick 20-cent win on the first 10% of the position. I'm looking for a big retracement into 350 here on SECO, guys. It looks like it could be an interesting one for us. Add Cassava Sciences to the list, of course, of names that we're going to be watching, but it's just a small starter position here to the long side at 261. I prefer it at 250, and that 240 level is also support.
And we also did it again for you guys on NIO. I did cancel my order going through 520, but hopefully you guys did not. We gave that one to you. Breaking through 520, 521. I missed it, so then I had to take 524s, but right now it's a 3-penny winner. Either way, we've just been gold so far today. Everything today has been pretty nice, to say the least. So we'll wait to see here on the top side. We already did take some out here, 26s on NIO, but we're long 24. We're going to let this one keep going to the north side here. NIO, decent long position. So we have Facebook right now. That's short right here at 230. We've talked about that a few times. Huge, still not open. NIO, we have that long. And then Cody, I just took some out at 49 there. So we're basically flat now on this one. Have 20% of this position left. I still like it through 450 as well, guys. So we'll add to the position through there. But yeah, NIO, big win, and I wish I never canceled the order because I had multiple thousands of shares going to hit here at 521, 522, and unfortunately I did cancel the order. So pie on my face there. Hopefully you guys did not. Let's just keep this party going. It's been a banger of a day, a banger of a week.
Falling off the earth, well, jumping off the earth, it looks like I was in that little graphic, but we talked about GSUM. It would be a slower ride for you guys, but you got to be patient with these ones. 113, we took this one, we talked about the teens. When it becomes a penny stock, have half the position on, then start to get more aggressively. I just got to 98 cents there, so quick 15-cent win on that little bit. I'm holding out for more. 80 cents, remember, was where it closed yesterday. A full retracement gives you a big winner on that, so no reason to get out. The trend is nice and clean so far in GSUM, so I'm hanging on for dear life with that one. GNUS, though, I am now out of half of my position on this little long because it's really having a lot of trouble breaking through the top. So I reversed into the long here. At 76, I got out one time in 90, I got out one time at 78. We'll see if there's a dip buy opportunity, but 550 for now is where this pullback keeps on halting over and over again. So if it holds that price, fantastic. Next run is $6. Otherwise, 550 sort of an obvious stop area if you're looking at GNUS on a short-term type of trade, which of course we are here. Like Sean's mentioned, we are waiting for huge. We are waiting as well for a couple of IPOs today. Of course, the bigger one is the music industry play. But Brendan, sorry, what do you got for us, bud?
Another one we were looking at yesterday, LATAM Airways here, another 38%. They had earnings pre-market, I believe, might have been aftermarket actually, but they were better than expected regardless. For LTM, still a loss, but a smaller loss than expected, so moving higher. Little Airways airline still very strong, guys.
Yeah, I wish I just would have had NIO and more conviction in my own call on this one because, yeah, we just take some out there, 29s off of a beautiful long. We gave that to you guys down here at 521, so that was pretty sweet to say the least for that call there. Yeah, now the market wants to come back down. I see you, Facebook. Let's see if Facebook wants to get back down now to 229.80 or so. That should be good. I don't want to dump any of this thing. I think the market falls down. I think the market even maybe goes red today. So let's just wait to see, and if it does, then we'll cash huge here on Facebook. But now comes NIO right back down. Watch out for your positions, guys. It may, once it comes back down and breaks this failed breakout here, which I don't think it failed at all. I mean, that's a pretty nice win for us here on NIO. But if it does come back down and fail, watch out for this level, 515. So try not to average in too much, in my opinion here. If you're not in already, let it go to the upside here, as I am. I'm not going to be getting out of anything else here. We'll get it some more at 28, 29, and then we're going to let it go through 30, and then let's just let this sucker roll to the north side here. That is NIO. I just wish would have had more conviction on this play, guys.
Yeah, the thing about NIO for me was when I went to that higher time frame and looked at that 530 level. That's why it was a tough break at 520 for me. I still have my order to go long at 530. That's where I was a little bit more convicted of the levels. I think 520, great, gives you the 10-cent win. Really a big breakout through 530 because the next level to the upside there becomes 565, and that's the next resistance. Thank you, Valeria, for the reload on the coffee. We're going to need it today. There's a lot of active stocks, but for me, on a pullback, 5 even, which would have been a short break, is going to turn into a long opportunity in front of that price area on NIO, guys. So we are watching that one. I'm getting out of GNUS if it breaks 550. You know, it's one of those, it's just not working out for me today. I'm going to go with, I was going to flush myself down the toilet, but I can't find that one. So it's been sleepy to the long side for me after missing out on the first break when it comes to that name. But NIO, 530 break, 5 even pullback trade, either one of those. I promised I would get you guys back to TIFF, and I just want to be structurally short this one. 118.50 was the level I was watching all morning long. At this point, 117.50 looks like the level as well. If it breaks 115, or first has to get through this 116, if it breaks 115 and then 114.50 will get out some. The floodgates could open up. I don't see anything till 109 on this stock. Of course, it's just speculation that this is falling through. But the last time this happened, it fell for 3 consecutive days before bottoming out. So I'm putting in my bet that this could happen again. I think the risk reward is definitely worth it. NIO finally makes a break. So I'm entering the long here at 530. I also like the pullback as well now to 520. So first time's a charm on this one. Tiffany just broke 16, so we'll start taking profit if it gets to that 115 mark, guys.
Guys, yeah, this is a charm for sure. NIO, I just wish we would have hit it for more shares there than we did. And I canceled the order at 521 and had to take 524s. So, yeah, a little disappointing there. Yeah, thank you, Valeria. We are refilled up now on our coffee. So cheers to that one, guys. It's been a big day, needless to say. It looks like our Facebook will come out soon. Here, not sure why that didn't trigger yet, but we're going to wait on Facebook coming out at 231.20 or so. So that one's going against us. But look at NIO. We just take some out here. Wow, still going to the upside here. Nice little trade. We're long at 524 on this one. And Dreammaker also huge. We're huge, and it's still my #1 stock actually for the day here. But we got to wait for this to open up. We did take this long at 1140, and now we'll wait to see what this does on the back side of this name. But NIO, yeah, it just keeps on going. I'm going to tweet this one out, guys. Follow me at Trader TV, Sean. I believe we're ready for Brendan. What's up, bud?
Hey guys, yeah, let's jump into North American markets here and have a look at how things are shaping up so far. Let's go back over to Sean for a sec here, guys.
Oh, man. Huge just opened up there, guys. Went all the way to 14 and change. I just saw my net just go bang straight to the upside there. So yeah, that opened up $13, $14. I tried to get $12.60 there. This must be a dark print. All the prints I see, unless there was some down here at $14, we're long here at $11.58. So yeah, huge does open up, and then Brendan, she halts right again. So, and by the way, Niles at 540, that's a floss either way around. So yeah, look, the show keeps going on here, but sorry about that, Brendan, but huge did open up there. And yeah, this is a trading show, so we try to give that to you. My order's pending at $12.51. Tried to cross down to hit that for a big $1.50 winner, but back over to you, Brendan. Sorry about that, bud.
Yeah, no worries. Absolutely exciting stuff for Huge today. I'll show you the Canadian listing here in a second as well. Quick update, factory orders out for April in the US, 13% versus 12.5% decline. So 13% to the downside versus 12.5% decline. That was expected. Yeah, I mean, positive right across the board here, guys. The S&P 0.8%. You can see the Dow there about a full percent to the upside. We have the NASDAQ tech stocks once again about 0.5% to the upside as well. Anytime we've seen the NASDAQ over the past couple of weeks leading the way, always a positive sign for the overall market. Small caps here, 1.7% for the Russell. Here in Toronto, you can see full percent for the TSX. Brazil, 2.1% down in Brazil. They're having a nice day so far today. Here is little energy stock. We have crude oil prices moving to the upside. If you're looking at energy stocks here in Toronto, BTE, 11 million shares already. If you like the little ones, all kinds of liquidity. You can trade it kind of in the direction of crude oil. 15% now for BTE, moving higher. That means Suncor Energy. I'll obviously have to look at that one as well. A little bit higher price, but nice look here, gapping up about 1.7% for Suncor. We'll shift over to Huge. Yeah, reopened in Toronto as well, guys. Looks like basically flat. So we had that nice gap up in the U.S. on the reopen, right back down to where it was trading. Here in Toronto, though, it opened flat, also halted again. Let's go back over to you.
The only way I can do this for you guys is to put the position board on and try and review as many of these as we can very quickly, just so you can follow along here with the positions. GSUM is still short 113. It broke $1 again, so that's 15% of the money at 97. We just took some out there as well. Lyft, we took half out for a nice little scalp, 34.20 long. It's still in the money, 25 cents. I'm looking for a retest of that high at 35. NEO was a 530 break. That's in the money. Took some out in front of 40s. 65 is the target on that one. Sava, we just got into at 261. I haven't loaded any more in front of that 250. However, SECO is now down at 380, and we're continuously taking some shares out. We're short here. Originally, our average price 410. We took some on the way down at 4 even, so my average price is going to slide down as we get out of these shares. And then, of course, remember I keep saying to you guys, Tiffany, I'm going to hang into that short. 116.32 was just in the money $1. I took some shares out in front of that, but I'm still holding 80% of the position, looking for a test of 114.50. I want exposure to a secondary flush. Last time this happened, 3 days in a row, this head to the downside.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're just looking here. I'm waiting on. I mean, Cody just fell back down. This is why I told you guys we're in only 20% of this position. That's COTY. We'll wait to see if that one wants to take out 450. I'm kind of just going to give the last 20% back down here to the low of the day. So that order is already in. We'll wait to see if that one happens. I do like a 451 break again. If that happens, then we'll go long on that one. I'm so disappointed in myself because I gave you this one, NIO, at 421. I hope you guys had that one. That was an easy trade, probably the easiest trade today by far would have been that NIO trade. CrowdStrike still doing well. We did get out of some of that down here. It looks like it wants to try to break 102. Let's check back in Zoom here. 215, so a nice little move back. We take the short, then we get out of that short, basically flattening ourselves here on Zoom, and then it just rips up there. Great little trade here through 213. If anybody had that one, that's a nice decent little run there. It tops out, what a surprise, 218 and change. We'll see if it takes that out. That might be a decent level actually to go long again here. What is this, 218.50? Let's put a Zoom long in for 218.50. If that does happen, we'll see about getting some more shares of Zoom and just go take this long. I mean, maybe this name just wants to keep on running. We thought it was going to be a short. It was. It goes all the way down here to 202.50. That's a $5 winner, but we're going to wait to see on this if it does break upside. I'm flat basically on Zoom. Wow, there goes NIO. I'm going to be sick to my stomach on this one. I hope you guys have it. It's basically a WTFer for me because I was hammered that stock and I canceled it because we were in too many other things. I just didn't trust myself. Should have done that there, but look at this one, NIO. I'm going to tweet this out, guys. Follow me at TraderTV Sean. Hopefully you're having a good time.
Absolutely. I just got into Boeing. I saw someone mention the 159 broke and that I was in a lot of positions. I am in too many positions today, so I missed the initial break at 159 on Boeing, but it gave me a shot to get back in on a dip. I like this one to about 158, not VWAP. Just looking at that opening range breakout at 158, I think that will be the first level of support. Brennan, what do you have for us?
A little one here, Dynatrace, DT gapping down this morning 2.5%, but just taking out these pre-market highs. They announced an offering in the pre-market, but relative volume, the story here. Huge volume coming in, especially on the buy side for this one, just taking out these pre-market highs. Guys.
Thank you very much. And I don't want us to forget about this too much, but we are going to be doing today after the show at 1 o'clock, one of our live educational videos. Do make sure you want to stay tuned. Come back with us. We do 4 separate topics. It's a good thing to pay attention to. It's a good thing to follow along with. And just remember, you can also ask questions in the comment section or ask about what we could do the next time. Maybe there's something you're not following as we are doing this and you want some clarifications on a strategy, on a setup, on something technical. We can always do an educational video on it. That's what it's all about here. We want to make sure we're all learning and growing together, guys. I want to get back to Lyft here because I sort of talked about getting into this one on a pullback. I don't know if I showed you here, but fail. I talked about 33.80, that opening range sort of breakout trade in the pre-market high. It dipped down in front of it. I had a chance to get a secondary trade. I didn't catch it on the way back up, so no re-entry at 34 even. So I just have 34.21s here. I want a test of 35 again. It's breakout long through 35, so I'm going to get the rest of these shares out probably for a 50-60 cent win if I can get it up at 34.80 and then try and re-enter that long trade. My stop is still 33.80. If it gets there, I'll give one shot reloading again at 34 even.
Okay, we took some more out here on NIO, and I just tweeted that out, and still upset at that position. Okay, Facebook here, we took another short right now, so we're short here, 230.68. Let's see what this one can do. It does go, I mean, look how much this goes in the money for us. 230.66, we take the short. It goes all the way down to 230 even, and then I don't take it out. So I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's some more home runs here. I really think that the market, I've been saying this for days, and I've been wrong every day because the market just keeps going up. I mean, yesterday we're up, the Dow was up 280 something points, and today it looks like it's going to be just rinsing and repeating. So here we go, 3,000 again on lockdown. It bounced off 30.50 yesterday. Look where we are today, guys, all the way up to 31.05. Let's just wait to see. I'm giving Facebook to the top again. This could be my only real loser of the day here, would be Facebook if this one doesn't go for us. After being a nice little win down here, we got out on the top. Now we're averaged in right here. So let's see if Facebook goes down to 230 again. What's up, Mr. Wickens?
Another little airline going again today, guys. Spirit here, saved 10 10% on the day. Just went from $15 straight to $16. No significant news regarding this one specifically, but definitely still in play, these airlines, guys.
Yeah, GNUS making more moves, and for me, I just didn't have the patience with GNUS, but thank goodness we had the patience for SECO. It's starting to punch through every level of support that's down there. We talked about this 4 even and how we switched gears. Instead of getting out in front of an even level and taking a 10-15 cent scalp, we added to the position at 4 even, and now we're getting a bigger win here. It's a 40-cent win right now. I targeted 350 as an area to get out. We still have over a third of our position. I think that 350 area is going to be a good target for us. 10-15 cents away. If we can catch 50 cents on this, I'll be very, very happy with that position. The other one we just got into, of course, was that Boeing trade. That's working for us to the upside. So the market comes back a little bit here. Boeing is so far maintaining its strength. There hasn't been any strong pullbacks yet. 159 break, trying to take us to that 160 even. On a swing level, I mean, there's just not a heck of a lot when Boeing breaks through this price here on the daily. You maybe talk about 165. From there, you're then talking about 185. So lots of room for Boeing to go, which sort of goes without saying. They've been beaten up. Things are looking better with the MAX as well. And, of course, the recovery, things opening up here. No one can tell what demand's going to be, but certainly Boeing on the right track.
Yeah, I love Boeing. Good stock there. Good stock for your investment portfolio also there. So I do like Boeing on that call. But here's Roku as well. I'm just looking at this 108.70 area here. And again, these are what I'm looking at right now is shorts. Just trying to see if this market does crack below here. So 108.60 and change, 108.50 coming here on Roku. It's already down on the day. You see it made a big move up here in the pre-market. Not a big move up, but then look at this tank down. 111 all the way down to 106 and change. So we'll wait to see on that one. There we go. Huge came out there. I don't know what happened there. We'll see what happened with Huge as that number comes out. Oh, 1050 there. So we actually winds up coming right back down. So Huge actually turns out to be a pretty flat trade, guys. Ready for Brendan at the big screen now. Upgrades and downgrades.
Hey guys, yeah, some new graphics, some new technology being used today. So bear with us here if we have a little bit of issues. Just wanted to mention a couple of these on this side. First off, Gilead moving to the upside in a big way this morning. We didn't talk about that one, but a couple of upgrades on Gilead today. And then Zoom, obviously been in play for the entire morning. Also getting multiple upgrades for Zoom down here. What is it now? 2% to the upside for Zoom. So still back to all-time highs, even after the flush off of the open on that side. KeyBank, I mean, still, look, all in positive territory, even with downgrades today. NCLH, going to show you that one in a second, but nice looking chart as well for the cruise lines, also showing some underlying strength. So yeah, Zoom to the upside here, giving you a quick short off of the open. Had to be really quick though. It came right back and right through the entire range to the upside now for Zoom. We're back to all-time highs, actually 5% on the day so far. NCLH 1.8% here to the upside. Couple of downgrades you can see. Did actually gap down this morning from where we ended the day yesterday, but right back up through the range as well. So a lot of underlying relative strength right across the board today, guys. Back over to you.
I mentioned to you guys that I would try to be shorting Huge in Canada and going long if it was in the U.S. And as I get into Sava here in front of 250, that's going to be my stop. I pulled it up in Canada, and man, that's going to be tricky to trade. All the volume. Look at the difference: 3.7 million versus 300,000. And just look at the lack of action and liquidity that you're seeing in Toronto. That's going to be a tough trade to make, to be honest with you. So hunting the shorts, I don't know what we're going to be doing here. For me, I think you just sort of have to go into the U.S., see if we can't get some more locates, because you're just not going to be able to scale anything in Toronto. I don't see how it's even possible. It halted again to the downside. I want some locates to be able to short this one because 40, 50 cent spreads every single time and no liquidity here in Toronto on the CSE. NEO's pulling back, however, so I want to get us back to that one. I did want to be able to get a bit of a dip buy. I talked about taking some shares off in front of that 540 level. Now I'm looking to reload on this little dip. 520, VWAP, whatever you want to call it. Thank you, Wisdom's Gate. It is a lot of action today, to be honest with you. I think I'm trading a few too many names here, but there's been so many setups. I'm trying to take all of them, but I got to get you guys to GNUS. We talk about the winners, we talk about the losers. Today, I made the bottom wick. Twice on GNUS, I went long. I made the bottom wick here on retraces. The failure point for me was not giving it that extra 5 cents, putting an obvious stop level in at an even level instead of giving it a few pennies like I talk about all the time. Too many stocks at the same time. It is what it is. Thankfully, we have some other trades that are bigger that are working out better for us. Tiffany's been great. Boeing is now going again. And I want to get you guys back to Lyft for a quick second here because I am going, sorry, this is Luckin. I don't know why I went to that. But Lyft here, I am going to take this one off in front of high of the day. So I did mention for 50 to 60 penny winner we're looking for here. And then if it breaks 35, we're going to get back in on a breakout trade of the opening range. So 50 cent scalp, we're going to get just any second now on Lyft. Actually, it's in the money 50 cents already. I guess it'll be more like 55 or 60. So Lyft is going to give us a nice little win here. Again, you can be late to the party, buy the dip. Did a video on that, make the money here. But a secondary break at 35, you can get it, guys.
217.90 here. We're huge again on whatever this stock is here, Facebook. Nice little trade down on Facebook. Look at this, guys. Bang it to the downside. So we're going to hit this one short. We also do have Roku short right now. We shorted right here, 108.70 out twice. First at 35, then again at 49. So 2 outs there. Nice little win on Roku. We still have the shares short. So we're going to wait to see what that one wants to do. NIO, yeah, we took some out 33 there. So maybe this one comes back to the upside. That'd be nice as well. Facebook right now, NIO, Roku, and Zoom. I have Zoom here breaking through 219. That does go about 80 cents or so in the money. I'm only going to give this one back to 217. So let's just see. Again, this stock probably way too heated. We're just trying this one for a ripper to see if we can't get it all the way up here. But again, just because this market's falling down a bit, I don't think Zoom really cares too much about the market. So we'll wait to see what that wants to do on the downside. But Zoom right now looking like a decent call here, breaking highs. Brendan gave that to us. This was the best trade here, I think, I would say. It topped out 214 there, topped out 214 here. So yeah, when you do get that move, here we go. So we're long now again, 219. We'll see what happens. We are short Roku, we're long NIO, we're short Facebook, and we're still long Cody, but pretty small on this name. Would love to get this back to 450 and then hammer time that one long as well, guys.
Yeah, we just got more out on SECO, taking some at 360 out. Original price was an average price of 410, so we get a 50-cent win on that trade to the short side. Of course, that's going to be a big one for us. I said 350 was a target. We're getting very, very close to that price, guys. So I might have it all out. When it gets there, I might hang on to a small bit, maybe 10% or something like that, to see how far it can go. There's been no significant retracements on SECO to work back into the trade for me here, so we're just hanging on to the shorts that we have and working it out to the downside. Boeing is another one that we have long, but I want to put up the position board just so anybody tuning in right now can follow along and see what we have on, what I got on right now. Boeing long, 159 break. I got that one here just at 98 and a pullback. G-Sum, we're still short at 113. That's still under $1, so no reason to get out of it. I also have NEO on that long 32s. Still have some of that left after taking out 49s. I want to get a pullback by 20 to 25 if I can catch some. Haven't yet. SECO short. Now my price, 396. Our first entry, of course, was in the 420 range. And Tiffany, I've been short this one for a while. Still short at 116.50. It's only in the money 50 cents. It was in the money $1. But I'm hanging on for a bigger move here. I think it can give me a couple of bucks on Tiffany, maybe even more than that.
Yeah, I think you probably need to take that kind of risk on that name. Okay, Zoom up here, 214. What is that high? 220.48. So right now we have 70 cents on this name, but I'm still thinking 220 can come through here. So here it comes, 220 and change. So a nice little dollar win here on Zoom going to the upside. It's going to break through 220, and then we'll see what happens. Nice size there. Let's sit at 220.50 for a few shares. See if we can't get out for a $1.50 win, and then let the rest ride upside on this one. So here goes Zoom. There it goes. 220 break. Nice little win there. So we hit the floss and the cheers here back in the Zoom name. We didn't get anything out though. Breaks through 220. Time to get out.
Absolutely. And I'm just sort of looking at what to do about this Boeing trade. I feel like I wanted to get back in some. I was waiting for a dip. It's now consolidating near the top, which makes it tricky because when you're long at this point, I don't want to sit here and let it go all the way back to VWAP to buy back in. So I'm looking for a now range break high, which would be 159.65. I think maybe I can add to it that way. Otherwise, I might tighten my stop up, get out at 158.50, and then just double in if it goes to 158. I kind of like that a little bit better, so I'm probably going to work with that trade and then add to it if it breaks through the high. So forget about taking out in front of 159.50. I'm going to add in if it breaks 159.65 and double down here in Boeing. Otherwise, tighter stop, only risk about 50 cents, and then get more shares back here at VWAP.
Okay, Lucas, yes, I can see that your energy is down a bit. Well, hey, yeah, we've had some talks here about maybe I was too loud, so calm it down a bit for you guys there. Okay, NYSE right now, 524 to the long side. We have that one, 535 maybe right here. We'll see. Nice little trade there. Big win for sure. What else do we have here? Zoom, we just took that one off here. That was a smooth dollar, so nice little win on that one. We'll wait to see there. Roku, I tried to average in, but I was waiting, what? 109.41. Oh my God, I was waiting at 109.41 for an average in there on Roku. You know where it went to? 109.40. Oh man, so missed 50 cents there.
Hit the long here, Sean. I just got more shares into Boeing there, and it broke the high end of the day. So Boeing continues to be very, very strong. Talked about doubling in instead of on a pullback, but on a breakout trade. So now I have an average price of 159.33. Basically the middle of this consolidation at the top, guys. So yeah, that little stop at 158.50 is going to be a nice pullback level. But hey, if it wants to go, it wants to go. And we're going to ride this one to the upside. Also, I'm going to get more shares of Tiffany short if it hangs up to 117 mark.
Okay, here goes NYSE, guys, and yeah, bang, there it is, a banger right here. NYSE going up 540, 541. Here we go, NYSE, your boys got this one, so here we go. We'll floss it off once again. Everything we're touching today is gold, so we'll see here. This keeps going up 422 here, keeps moving, moving, moving. Zoom, $1.50 in the money, and guys, if you're wearing headsets, lower them, because here it comes. It's a banger, there it is, it's another one. Chicken dinner winner for you guys here. 221 and change, still moving upside. Hey, $1.50 in the money on this name, 17 cents in the money on NYSE. The problem with NYSE is, guys, I was really upset missing this trade, but you know what? Look where we're still going. 543. So yes, the day gets itself turned right around. My big problem here was huge because we were huge in the money, tried to get out here on this halt, and of course when I'm in it, the halts go the other way. So we're lucky enough to get out here at 1069, basically flatting our trade on this one. We got out about half up here for 40-50 cent winner, and then we get out down here, so slight negative there on huge. But look at NYSE, guys.
Yeah, NYSE, nice big move to the upside. I'm taking some shares out at 540, but I maintain a 565 target that we had on that break earlier, so I still like that to get up to that price at some point. Boeing here got to 160 and a bit of a seller emerged, so I took some shares off. I want an opportunity to be buying dips on Boeing. I talked about this 159 level as the only thing I had written down in the morning, so I want to dig into this buy here that we have, and if it pulls back into 159, I want the chance to get back in. So we take the quick winner for about 60 cents on that one. We'll get back in long, and 160 breaks. There's just not much to 165, and then on a swing trade, there's not much until literally like 170, 184. But Brendan is ready for our small cap recap. I've neglected some of those today.
Hey guys, yeah, small cap time. We'll jump into a few opportunities. It's been a little bit of a tough morning, I have to say, when it comes to small cap world today, at least on my end of the things anyways. This one was a great opportunity. SECO, this is 450, the line I drew across here. Bit of a pivot. If you go out to the daily time frame as well, definite resistance area around 450. Yeah, that's what happens when you put a stop too tight. You get hit and then it turns around and goes $1 in the money for you. So SECO did give you an opportunity. I chased it a bit, but in front of 450 was a good opportunity. This was right at the open as well. So good reversal there, and then huge move, again, $1 to the downside for that one. GNUS, wow, this is just an absolutely impressive move over the past 2, 3, 4 days for this one. Again, today you can see 64% to the upside. We're shorting this in front of 475 in the pre-market. Really, really tight stop above that. So, I mean, when you can risk 25-30 cents for the possibility of this happening, you know, you take that trade every single time. It does break above that $5 level, gives you a rip through to 550. So my last out there, it looks like nothing, but that was $1 in the money for me, that last out on GNUS on the long side. We've obviously gone a lot further than that. Just wanted to show you this huge as well here in Toronto on the CSE, 210%. Yeah, it was holding, what was that, 1250, I guess, was a little bit of resistance there. Looks like we're breaking back to the upside, guys, for huge. So I was watching 1250, and then we'll see what happens at 13, the next kind of level for huge. Guys, back over to you.
Definitely got to be watching huge. I'm going to catapult here over on Tiffany. You know that I'm going to reload when it comes back up to 117. I'm not going to be sitting shorting this one. At this point, there's some range trading happening here, so I'm going to be shorting it in front of this 117.50 mark. Every time it dips below 116 or so, we're going to get back out under VWAP. You can see sort of me aggressively getting out this 115.50, which is turned into a bit of a bottom. So my price is 116.70. I'm able to take these 50 cent to $1, $1.20 wins here. And it's not spread trading, but it kind of is resembling that at this point. The spread is just like 50 cents to $1 that we're working with here to the short side in Tiffany. But like I told you, Brendan, I'm going to stick with this one to the short side. I do feel like if the floodgates open up and it takes out the bottom, there's no way I don't want to be net short. It's worth losing something here for me, having watched a few of these deals blow up and have an opportunity. I just got some more out there. I'll floss it off. We just took 115.70 out, so another $1 win on Tiffany, just sort of rinsing and repeating over and over again. I'm shorting all these pops. I'm covering some in front of these bottoms, but I want 114.50 to go. When it does, I will have shares short on board.
Okay, guys, we'll look right here. We'll go update our positions here, and they're all pretty big. We'll wait to see here as it's going to come up on the board. Yeah, I see that comment there, Brittany. Don't worry, the energy will be back, and it's back right now, so you're fine. Cody right here, long 442. That's a 5-cent winner. Thanks for all the support again, guys, from you on the show. Look at this short on Facebook. We talked about that one. That's 70 cents in the money. Nio, that's a 13-cent winner. I mean, I just should have more shares on that one. That's my bad. Roku's a 25-cent winner as well, and Zoom's a 50-cent winner. I mean, look at that board. This is how we do it, and yeah, we're going to keep going. I guess the thing is, when you're a professional trader and this is what you do, you actually expect sometimes a little bit better, and that's why I do have, you know, some reservations about missing some of these trades. I do have high expectations for myself, so that's why there, Brittany, and you know, I'm trying to trade some decent amount of shares here with decent size. So yeah, we're able to make a lot of money, and yeah, that's the big thing for me here, is learning and getting better every single day. So thank you for your support, and you just saw the board there. I mean, it's monstrous. So let's just keep this fun going. It's been a good show for sure so far. 1 o'clock, guys, we have our market wisdom, where you'll hear all of us go over various topics. 4 of them today. Maybe Brendan can remind me what they are. They're going to be good, though, either way.
Yeah, Boeing's flying again through 160, now 160.70. We don't have much reason to get out of it. It hasn't given a sharp pullback yet. So our second entry was 159.68. Of course, remember, we started this party at 159. It was the only level I had written down for it. So yeah, I missed out on the initial move, but that's fine. It even consolidated at that same price, giving you plenty of time to get into this trade. At this point, I think you're looking to buy some pullback opportunities on Boeing. I think you can also take profit out on the way up if you want to. Thank you, Christian, for that look there. We love those super chats. It's a lot of fun for us. I haven't even sipped my coffee that Valeria reloaded here. I know I need to and get a little bit of that in me here. For as far as Neo goes, you know, the fact that it's running into a little bit of a chop here at this 540 mark, I've sort of been taking shares off in this range because I'm still hoping for a shot at a pullback into 530 again. It just hasn't happened for me. I actually have an order from the last time it was down here that I missed. If it comes back in, I will load up some more shares. Brendan, what do you got for us?
A little one just popping up on a volume scanner here. UMC, 11.5% day highs just taken out there on a huge volume spike. Going to check on the news on this one. Not significant as far as daily chart is concerned, but UMC 11% move today on decent volume, guys.
Okay, here goes Facebook. UMC, we'll check out that one. UMC, that's Yum Brand China, I believe. So we'll check on that one. I love that name. Maybe they're buying some luck in there, Brendan. We'll see here what's going on with that name. But here goes Facebook. Another banger, guys. We have that one. So we will, I don't know what to do. Oh, let's do the running with the wheelbarrow here. Let's find that one. Those of you that are joining us today for the first time, here we go. Here's me running with this wheelbarrow. And that's what it's been all day today. Just cashing in on that money. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. I mean, here goes Facebook. That's a 70-cent winner. That's a banger right here. This is a 21-cent winner. We just took some out on Roku. That's a big short that we have on as well. Zoom, we missed that 219, 221 even there. So we'll wait to see if that one does come back in. We're going to get out on that if it does break below. So that could be a loser. Nio, we've already talked about that one. 14-cent winner, and Cody right now bouncing off this 48. I don't know what's going on here, so I'm going to get some out here. I'm long at 42, but everything ripping and rocking there. I think this one could be huge. Let's wait to... Come on, mouse. Where's my mouse? There it is. Let's wait to see if it does break through 108.22 right now. That should be Roku coming to the downside. If these futures fall, this guy will as well, down here to 107. So big trades hopefully still on board here and still coming through, guys. Let's just keep this train rolling. Oh man, I missed CCL. My bad, guys. CCL has been my #1 stock, and I saw you mention that, Jarhead, and I apologize. Let me know what your trade is. You've been rocking this with me. CCL.NF.
A bye-bye Boeing again, 161.50, fresh highs on this one. So the breakout continues. Boeing very, very strong, up 5% now. Still long, 159.68, our second entry price, so a couple of dollars in the money. Like I said, I don't really have any levels until we got to that, first stop at 160, 164. From there, gosh, there's nothing for about $20 or so in terms of obvious resistance. So we're going to continue to rock this one to the upside. There were dip buy opportunities. I haven't had one of those yet, but we're going to continue to hang on to this trade to the long. Boeing now a couple of dollars in the money and still going here. I do want to get you guys to that GSUM because not everything is going up. That stock continues to be, well, it did halt and come down. Check that. It has bounced, however. I'm now hunting an opportunity to be short this name. Anytime I see these parabolic moves halt down, if it can't take out this fresh high at 780 and holds this, I'm trying the reversal trade on GSUM. My read on the long was good. My actual trading on it was crap. Now I'm going to hunt for those shorts, which I feel like I'm a little bit better on. Let's see what happens here. I want 780 to hold. If it can't break that, consolidation here maybe around 740. I'm going to work into a short trade with 6 even or VWAP as the target.
Here's my thoughts on CCL. Okay, I'll get to those in 1 second here for you guys. Facebook falls back, so we get out a little bit there at 230.27. I don't like trading it through the breakout key levels there. What just happened there? I got out of some more shares there. Zoom, Zoom went to the downside there. So Zoom breaks that 217 level, so we do get out. So again, I'm just washing my hands today with Zoom. I'm waiting for too big a moves on this one. So Zoom, again, winner, then we get out, half, hold, loser, what it is today on Zoom right now. Cody, 5-cent winner, Facebook, 20-cent winner, Nio, 13-cent winner, and Roku back to 10 cents. So what's up, Brandon?
10:30, guys. Crude oil inventories just out here. 3 million build expected. Came out a drawdown of 2 million shares. 2 million barrels, obviously. So 3 million barrel build expected. Again, 2 million to the downside, the actual number for crude oil inventories. Also wanted to mention that UMC, United Microelectronics, they had a patent issue. Another one, guys, F-Cell. We traded that months ago on the show. Back to the upside today. Another one today, we mentioned Micron as well. Another one, F-Cell, with a patent issued in the U.S. today, guys.
Thank you very much. Boeing back down, goes back in the money for us, down through 162 when it flushed through that price, but now back in the money, $2 again. And if you guys are watching the action and liking the action, there's the fireworks. Hit that like and subscribe. GNUS now sliding to the downside. I popped it into the chat. I got in position here 708. It just broke 7 even. I talked about 6 as a target or VWAP, either one. 740 area stop. I'm not doing hard stops on this stock. I'm done with those. They burned me a couple of times here where it didn't break key levels, and I got stopped out because I had a hard stop. So I'm watching this one, and I'm going manual trading on GNUS. Short 708 in the money, 30 cents. I want a buck.
Okay, yeah, GNUS, good trade there. Off. Look at that, Genius Brands. Yeah, I crushed that yesterday. Haven't looked at it today and don't know why, but we will. So here goes Roku. This is a big position for us, obviously dollar-wise here. Let's wait to see if this one keeps going downside. We're 15 pennies in the money, 25 in the money on Facebook, and that's about it right now. So we're going to wait to see what it wants to do here. But Shopify down a little bit here. I see CCL, Jarhead. I'm not super excited, and Jarhead was on our show yesterday or 2 days ago. And yeah, if you guys want to be on the show as well, come join us. We'd love to hear your journey, maybe what you've been trading, what you think of the show. Pretty easy call here. We've had about 7 or 8, I guess, guest traders. So if you are interested, Valeria will throw up the link. It's a fun time, guys. If you want to get on the show, you can show your friends, let them watch. I know some of the other guys there, like Michael Simpson Jr., shout out yesterday, had one of his friends watching and talking about his height. there as well. So yeah, we'll have some fun with you guys. We'd love to have you back on the show. If you haven't been here for the first time, join us. If there's any female traders out there, I saw you there, Brittany, mentioning that as well, you know, about trading and about my emotions. So come on the show. Let's talk about everything and have some fun together. Yeah, here goes CCL breaking 1750. Worth a small try, Jarhead. I'm not going to be long, too huge here, but Roku, nice little winner on the downside.
Yeah, I'm just through the airplane there because Boeing just broke through 162. Fresh high now, 162.50. That puts us nearly in the money, $3. Like I said, 164. I don't see anything till there. That's where I'm going to get out in front. So, you know, similar to these breakout trades, I find first resistance. I look for pullbacks. I haven't seen any pullbacks just yet. If I do see something materialize, maybe we'll get back in. But if we break 163, I'll get out at some point looking for that $4 winner on this name, guys. So Boeing continues to run here. But continuing to the downside is SECO. I sort of said to you all morning long, if you're short this retracement, 350 was my target. I still have 10% on, but we just got some shares out a couple of minutes ago at 52. 60-cent win on those. 410 was the average price. First short didn't work. We jumped right back into it after the open. Now we're looking to see if we can't trail this one. I'll trail it to 380. Make sure we lock in a nice little win there. Otherwise, if it breaks 350, who knows where it's going to go. Big time win here.
And guys, here it is again, bang, Roku, right there. We're barbecuing, and all of a sudden, everything is okay. You know, we're having some chicken, and everything is fine. And then, boom, Roku blows up to the downside here. So, nice little trade. Look at this one, guys. You know, you don't need $3, $4, $5 on some names. Roku, I think, can give it to you, but I'm going to go down to this side here. You know, some big winners today. Boeing, you're seeing that one, but here goes Roku to the downside. This is a monster. This is turning the day right around, guys. Nice little 75-cent winner here. You know, again, you take a few shares, you get paid off right now. What up, Brendan? Nio also going.
Another one to have a look at here, guys. Cheesecake Factory having quite the day. 15.5% for cake. Just took out day highs and 24. This is $24. Big level, obviously, on decent volume. They updated their current quarter. Apparently not as bad as first expected. Comparable store sales down only about 63% versus 80% they were expecting in the current quarter. So Cheesecake Factory to the upside, guys.
GNUS is about to make another downside halt here. I'm looking at it on level 2. Anytime I see this build up here, you know, it's basically people trying to hammer and they're trying to short, they're trying to sell, and then they can't because it's suspending trading on it. It's about to halt. I'm short at 708. The halt's at 622. You heard me say I want a buck and wanted a VWAP and get a little greedy here. One thing that's happened to me, I'm going to tell you right here and now, every time I'm holding through halts on the show, I'm having a bad time getting out on those reopens. I'm going to have this one up on the level 2 and do a little bit better. It is tricky when trading multiple positions, talking to you guys to make sure you get that open without sort of sacrificing gains by putting a market on open order and automatically exiting. I don't prefer to do that, so I'm going to try to get out of this one manually. It should open back up in 5 minutes at 10:39. Look, we're still also waiting for Warner Music here. Of course, that's going to be that IPO. No trades yet, but when it opens up, we are going to bring that to you live on the show. Should be a wild one.
I know Neil loves chicken, and there's a winner for you again, guys. 107 and change. This is $1 in the money. So there it goes right now. Downside, more on Roku. We told you guys that we see this down here at 107 and change. Hopefully that can hold. And look at the futures, guys. Futures are going up, and Roku is $1 in the money on the short. Imagine if we ever got the market to go with us, guys. So let's just wait to see if that does happen. Roku could turn itself around, cashing in big time right now on this name. And again, really the trade of the day here for anybody. Hopefully you had this. Rewind the clock. I talked about hammer time at 520. We're still in this one. I had 524s, but I should have like 4 times the shares. Not sure why I canceled it, that order, but now we're going to the top side. NIO, guys, I haven't tweeted much, but follow me on Twitter today. Sent out some nice things yesterday as well. Yeah, this has been a big one. Oh, yesterday afternoon was really busy for me on Twitter. So if the afternoon trade continues, I'll be back on there. But look at NIO, guys. Big win, big time cash out here. This is my #1 stock now as it just keeps on going up, and we're letting this guy ride to the promised land. 22 cents on this one, 75 cents on Roku. Wow, what a big day here. Facebook as well. It's been a good one, guys. I just still so upset about the share sizing on that Nile, but we got to move on from that one. It's 10:36 right now. So let's keep going, guys. An hour and a half left in the show.
Absolutely. I'm still working this now Neo trade. I maintain his 565 target area, so I still have about a third of the position on. If it breaks 550, I will not take anything else out unless it literally breaks back below the VWAP or it breaks 550 and we'll start taking it out on the way up to 565. But Brendan, what do you have for us?
Another one going here, guys. Red Rock Resorts, RRR, 7%. Huge volume spike here as we took out 14, 15, 14, 20, it looks like, to the upside. Day highs here on significant volume. Guys, hit like and hit subscribe. Help us out. We want to keep bringing you as much value as we possibly can. We need to get the subscribers going today. If you can, hit subscribe. Keep in mind, coming up over on our Market Wisdom page later on this afternoon, 1 p.m., we're going to have another live recording of 4 separate educational videos. That's coming up at 1 p.m. again. We're going to talk about SSR. We're going to talk about opening and closing auctions as well. So going to be great. 1 p.m. Mark it down in your calendars this afternoon. Guys, back over to you.
I'm popping a wheelie here, but guys, I'm out of my Boeing trade here. I just see it start to roll over, and as someone that hunts short opportunities on pullbacks, the second I look at it, I'm like, wait a minute, if I was flat, I'd be looking to short this thing. I'm out of it. Out of it right here at 162. We'll grab that. Look, it was a $3 move. Our second half of the trade, we're going to catch a re-entry point at a worse price. So it's only $2.30 on the second half of that re-entry point long. The initial long, you're going to catch your nice little dollar win. The second half, you catch that $2.30 win. I still think 164 is a level. Maybe this is a pullback that gives us a re-entry. I'm looking at about 160 as the first stop. Otherwise, you can still look at a takeout of the high of day and run that $1 into 164 area. So I like this either way. Pullback long, breakout long. We're not done with Boeing by any measure. And I think we have Valeria with something for us.
Thank you, Neil, and hello, trading family. I hope your trading day is going fine. And guys, stay tuned. At 11 p.m., our next guest trader will join us. It's already our favorite segment, and we would love you to participate. Send your request at marketing@tradertv.live, and we will trade and talk together. Also, guys, please hit the thumbs up. 1,000 before show ends is a goal, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
Thank you very much, Valeria. I do want to get you guys the position board very quickly, but before we do that, we need to get to Brendan for Sector Watch. It is 10:40.
Hey guys, yeah, that time already. Let's have a look at the S&P 500, see what is happening so far. We are indeed positive. In fact, almost a full percent to the upside, 0.95% to the upside. Very, very green right across the board so far today. If we go way down to the corner over here, healthcare stocks, really the only group that is providing any kind of offset to the downside. You can see that NEM in the materials group there, a little mining name. 4% to the downside as well. That's an earnings play today. The rest of this group, though, Mosaic there, VMC, both about 6-7% to the upside. So material stocks as a group definitely positive on the day. I wanted to mention these ones. Real estate stocks also going again today. 2 or 3 days in a row for these little REITs, also very, very positive. I flip over to this side. There's going to be financials and tech shares again today. Anytime we see financials and tech stocks kind of leading the way, it's been that type of trend for this week. The market doing very well. So tech shares and banking stocks also in positive territory. You can see in this group tech stocks, MCHP, 10.8% to the upside there for that name on earnings today. One we haven't looked at. There's also TDG in the industrials, 7.3%. Also an earnings play today, moving higher. TXT, 5.8%. There's Boeing, 5.6% to the upside. Nice look for ALK, 7.3% to the upside. Guys, overall, about a percent, 0.93%, in fact, for the S&P 500 in positive territory. Back over to you.
John is a Street Fighter guy. I'm a Mortal Kombat guy, but perfect is perfect. The rollover on GNUS, 708, we gave you that entry. We also gave you a target range for an out there, which is important. But then I said, I want VWAP, I want $1. It opened back up. I literally get it. This time we were fast enough and we got bottom wick here. Bounces off even, bounces off VWAP. Sometimes these things are a little predictable and we get out there for a clean $1 on GNUS. So outs were terrible on the way in the long side, and that's all on me. Not giving it a little bit more room. 5-10 cents extra would have been a home run winner if we gave it a little bit more room here. But I'm better at the shorts on these, and that's playing out here. I'll hunt for another one if we can get it. Right now I'm looking at about 660 to 680, that little range there. Let's let it settle down. We got only a few positions on here. We'll review those when we get back from Sean.
Yeah, and here we go, guys. This is what we're talking about. I'm one and in here. Most of my trades, one in, one out, or multiple outs, obviously, but one in, maybe an average in here. But look at this. This is once again back to $1 in the money here as we just take some out. Nice little trade there. 107.65. That's a banger, so no crying anymore. Okay, this is my daughter. She's absolutely destroying. Oh, did I call it up here or did I not? Here it is. Let's see. This is her doing, like, she's doing gymnastics classes. She's 5 years old. This is the bridge. So that's pretty good. I don't even know if I can put my hands this way. So good work on that one, Gia. You're the reason why Daddy's here, and I love you so much. So there we go. That's that one. But okay, that's her. I got to show them. They watch the show and they love it. And shout out to Panther B Squad. You may see him on the chat. That's my boy. So he's starting his own YouTube page. You could follow him, Panther B Squad, if he shows up again. Okay, here comes Roku to the downside, 107.50. We are taking that down now. A nice little $1.25 winner. Your boy did it again. So here we go. We're just cashing in all day, every day here. We never took GNUS, but we do have the rest of these ones. Where's my pen? As we'll go put our position board on if we can here, Rob and Lucas. Thanks so much. Great job on the board today once again, guys. There's Cody Long. We've been getting out of that one. That's been a big trade for us, believe it or not. Facebook's 35 cents in the money. Nio's that 22-cent winner. That's a banger for me. My number one stock. Roku making a move to the top now. $1.20 in the money. Your boy's here. Let's go.
Speaking of Neo, you got to watch this one at 550. If you're working a position to the long side, watch for those resistance levels. It actually could even be a breakout scalp trade. So anyone that has that direct market access, 550 to 555, 565 is my target. Ultimately, it hasn't given many pullbacks that have been worthwhile for me just yet. So I'm just going to continue to hold this last little third here. And I was going to put the position board up. I'm going to do that right now for you. I do still have the long on Neo for me. I was looking at a 530 break when we talked about that on the daily chart. It never really gave me that 5 even pullback after the open. Still long a third of that position. GSUM still short at $1.13 here, and it's still in the money for us, so no reason to get out. SECO, I'm still holding on to some of that short at 396. Our original entry in the 20s, of course. And then Tiffany, I'll always be in this one unless a 117.50 break happens. 116.80, we're short here. It's down at 116. It's been in the money, $1.20 at times. I've been taking some off for some wins here. Right now, just holding the last little bit to see if it can break the low.
Yeah, now we're cruising on Roku, guys. I'm going to be tweeting this out. Follow me on Twitter if you want the goods. We'll be giving those to you. I answer some questions, comments, concerns you guys have. Anything you want to talk about on the show, any names you want to talk to me about throughout, whenever you're trading, hit me up here on Twitter. Here's my page right now. Just tweeting out this Roku saying short, short, short. At Trader TV Sean. Ooh, 50 away. Let's see if we can't get to 2,000. Join the party. Join the club, guys. See, here we go. See, crypto bag holder. There we go, guys. Loves fantasy sports and sports betting, which means we should probably look at DraftKings soon, guys. We'll be getting into that. I actually have a DraftKings account. Whatever happened to FanDuel? I mean, I thought I have a FanDuel account as well. Whoa, Roku right now, guys. $1.50 in the money. There we go. We're raining it down. Today, the trades just keep on coming, guys. Really no losers on. I mean, we can count Huge as a loser, but again, we did have that name, and I did like it, but Huge does reopen up there. I tried to get out ASAP when I saw this halt from being long here, but of course, we talked about missing it. Then the market falls down, and thank God we're able to get out here at 1069. Huge. We'll move this back up. My only real losing stock today. Zoom is going to be a loser. That's because we've gone up and down on this thing a couple times. Short, big $5 winner there. Didn't take it. Was hoping for a 200 flush. Then we take a nice little 219 long. Get some out at 220. Then have to get out at 218 break. So yeah, you know what? It's just been a little bit of a crazy one. But here goes Roku, guys. This is $1.50 now in the money. Let's take some more out. Follow me, like I said, on Twitter here, and we'll have some fun throughout the day. Send me some private messages. Whatever, I'll answer them all. Genius Brand 601, Space, Virgin Galactic, moving around as well. We'll take a look at that when we get back.
Yeah, speaking of Huge, just keep in mind here, we don't have locates on the US, so the only way to short this one is to be trading it in Canada on the CSE if you have access to it. That's what we might look at it occasionally. It's trying to take out the bottom here in the US, and that's going to be 905. And just sort of very quickly, looking at this one over in the CSE, liquidity is a bit of an issue. And look how spotty this chart is. Level 2 is just not a heck of a lot of liquidity. You can throw a couple of hundred shares around here, but the spread is continuously 15 to 20 cents opening up. So, you know, I am looking for a shot here on a pullback to be shorting it. And really only the way I'm going to be able to do this is watch it hit a key level in the U.S., and at this point, I'm looking at about 10 to 1050 or so, and then see if we can't fade that when shorting it in the Canadian stock, catching it on the offer at the midpoint, something along those lines. A little bit tricky, so I am going to try to short it. It's just going to be a hard one to get into. I hope somebody held on to that Boeing trade. You know, I get out on this little pullback saying I'm going to look for an opportunity to get back in. I missed the trade on the breakout high. 164 is the target. It continues to go. So as good as it was, it certainly could have been better. Ultimately, we're not in this one anymore. I was looking for a pullback, didn't get it. 164 is that resistance area that we are going to be watching heavily. In about 15 minutes or so, we're going to be having another guest trader of the day coming through here. And look, if any of you are interested, you want to join us here, talk about your trading, we don't care where you are in your journey. We have traders that are just starting out. We have traders with years of experience. It doesn't matter. We all have something to learn. We can all have a lot of fun talking about what we're trading, talking about what we're looking at. Even if you're paper trading, there's always something you can do here. So drop us a line if you're interested. We'll talk to you, tell you how easy it would be. But for now, we need to get to Brennan. What do you got, buddy?
RGA, guys, reinsurance group here. Some of the insurance names have been in focus throughout the week. Obviously, you know, some of the damage that's being caused with the protests in the U.S., some of the insurance companies getting a bit of a look. This one announced an offering in the pre-market this morning, so monster gap to the downside. $84 is where we opened, but we're all the way back to 90. It's kind of holding here right at 90, looking like it might want to break in either direction for RGA, guys.
Okay, RGA, we'll have a look at that one in just a little second here, but I wanted to get back to GSUM, and I'll sort of zoom out for this trade. I did mention this one could get sleepy on you. Shorted in the teens, let it go to $1. I'm still working out of more shares here. It hasn't made a secondary flush. I'm holding the last 10% of the trade to see if it can't break through this low at 95. I want to reload on any pullback, maybe into 105, 106. The next stop for me would be about 85 cents or so if it makes a flush through this 95. So I think it has more, like 10 cents more to go for this trade. I haven't added to it yet. So my entire short was at 113 and wasn't able to add to that position. I will look to do so if it gets up into this 105 range, but I'm not letting it break VWAP at this point.
Okay, guys. Roku obviously is the big winner here for the day, and there it is. We hit the Roku button there. We talk about not knowing anybody that has one, but apparently Roku, nice little runner here. Let's check Roku out on the daily chart. I'm almost out of it all. So we just recognize that there's some weakness. You see here, you get the 50-period moving average on the daily chart breaking down. So that's the break there today. I didn't even realize that. We are down now below 110.50. So that's that 50-period. That's what this little line is right here. Hopefully, yeah, you can see that, no problem. Yeah, so now we'll break lower. We'll wait to see if it can break through 106.25, maybe the next level to short. But we are short right now. Roku is a doozy right now, guys. Look where we're short, 108.68. And again, take out a little bit too much up here on the bounce, but then when we break through VWAP, it's smooth sailing to the downside. And yeah, you're right, guys, on the chat. We did it again for you. And here's NIO again. And again, we called this one. This was a fantastic trade. So we'll floss it off. It's not Valeria flossing, but right here, it is a nice little trade for NIO. We took that one out. That should have been multiple thousands of dollars. Unfortunately, we didn't hit it with enough shares. Oh yeah, what I want to do is 107.50 here on Roku is where we'll get some out if it does come back upside. But we are going to try to enjoy it all the way down here to 106.76. What was that, Rob? I don't know what you said, but okay, that's Money Talks. Okay, perfect. One of our favorite segments here, and I'm a little disappointed because the CAD, as I see again, is heading to the north side here, Brendan. Get that Canadian dollar lower. I'm making US dollars over here.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do about that. Let's have a look at some currency pairs so far today, guys. As we were mentioning, U.S. dollar strength coming back into play. We had a couple of manufacturing PMI, also ISM PMI and market PMI data out this morning at 10 in the U.S. All a little bit better than expected. They were to the downside, but not as bad as some were expecting. So yeah, you can see there's a Canadian dollar. 74, hanging out right at 74, basically flat on the day. We were down a little bit, coming back to the upside now. The euro above that that, you can see 1.12 for the euro, up about 0.5% for the euro so far. The pound as well, 125 again today, 22 or 0.22% on the day for the pound. So a US dollar weakness, I meant to say, not strength. You can see these are all strong versus the US dollar as a result. We come down to the bottom here, New Zealand and Australia. What a week these things have had, both up 1% plus for the past 2 or 3 sessions. Adding to that, you can see Australia 0.6%. We're back to almost 70 on the Australian dollar, and then New Zealand down there 64.25, about 0.9% to the upside. Yeah, that's a chart of Bitcoin over there. I just threw up Bitcoin once again. They're not really doing a lot today, but crazy moves yesterday for Bitcoin. We got above 10,000, got slammed right back down again, hanging out around 9,500 for Bitcoin, 0.4% to the upside, and Ethereum following suit. It is higher, about 1% for Ethereum, but crypto is pretty muted so far. In positive territory, though. Let's go back over to Sean.
Back over here where the winners lie, guys, and let's just wait to see what happens. Here goes Roku to the downside as well. We're going to break through 107, and I got to give a big shout out to my man Panther B Squad. You see him on there, go follow him as well. And yeah, Eric, I saw you there posting the frog, so there it is. Gia, thank you. The lucky frog is back in the building. Thank you, frog, for Roku. A nice little $1.70 winner there. I wish this frog could give me more wins though as we go, but it's been a big one for us. Yeah, there is the dollar signs, guys, running this show today. This is now a $2 winner on Roku. Keep going down, bud. Imagine if the market actually starts to fall, what kind of damage we'll be doing on this name. But here we go to the downside. It's already, guys, a $2 winner here on Roku. So yeah, you roll the dice, you put on the trades, and here we go. What is it going to come up? Snake eyes? Nah, 12. We'll take that. Breaking through 75. Let's put a bid out here. Take a clean dollar right now, and then hold the rest. Again, we're trying to hold about 10%, but this has been such a nice move down. Maybe we got more coming. Actually, let's just hold this. Let's just see how far this one can go down and give this a little bit of room back up here to 107.50. Beautiful trade. It's an explosion kind of day here for me trading, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking at Sava again here, guys. It's just been a big move, and look at the volume spike that's been sustained throughout the rest of this session here for the last half an hour. It makes a big move, takes out the actual pre-market top, then turns on a dime at 330, and then holds that pre-market high at 3 even. So I'm looking for a 3 even break on a short trade. I'm going to be all over that one in Cassava Sciences here. 330 break long. Man, if it takes that one out, the shorts are getting absolutely punished here. So I'm not going to jump into this one in front of the sword. I'm only going to catch it on the way down through 3 even or break out long at 330. Cassava Sciences has been doing fantastic volume, and I think you got to give it a little bit more room than usual here. I'm not going to hunt too actively on the short. It's got to give me my price or bust here. But right now, it does seem like it wants to take out the top, so 330 long on that one, if we can get it. And Neo is pulling back, but not very heavily, so there's not a heck of a lot of reason to get out of more shares yet. But it still hasn't gotten back to that break-even point for me at that 30, which is creeping up to VWAP as well. It could be a reload at that price if we see some consolidation above. I'll definitely be open to that opportunity. I'm still looking for about 65 as a target. So if it wants to take out that high again, it got through a couple of cents past 550 before pulling back. We consolidate here. Maybe we'll take a few more shares. I'd much prefer to do that in the 30s where we originally got this position. But Brendan, what do you got, bud?
Guys, coming up in about 5 or 10 minutes or so, we're going to have our next guest segment, guest trader segment of the day. If you are interested in participating, come on the show with us. Join us. It's a fun time for the last hour of the show. We can talk shop, talk about trading, talk about your trades, any questions you have. We are here to help and here to answer. We're trying to create a community. Guys, we want to get to know you as you are getting to know us. So Valeria is going to send out an email that you can send an email to, and we'll get you on for our guest trader segment coming up in about 5 minutes. Wanted to mention this one as well. Ecolabs here, guys. ECL up 4.3% today. This is a higher price stock, $220. They came out with the first laundry detergent that the FDA has said is successful in cleaning COVID-19 bacteria. So laundry detergent, you can wash your clothes, get rid of the virus if they happen to be on your clothes. Guys.
I mean, I guess if you knew they were on your clothes. clothes. But okay, I guess just wash your clothes with that. Okay, guys, this is a perfect trade here. We get out of NIO right before that 550. Let's see if it goes back up. But right now we are completely flat on NIO, and we're watching Roku get back to 107 and change. So it did bounce off that $2 winner. We're going to give it a little more room. Like I said, 107.50. I mean, the future is just like, hello, like we shorted Roku and the futures just keep going upside. So me no know what's going on with the futures, but we are long into Sava here.
Sean, yeah, Sava breaking the top off was just about to say there.
Yeah, but so we're long right now, 330.
I want to give a quick shout out because I have to do this. Sanjeev, you're asking if today's guest trader is a female. That's not the case today, but you know what? You're absolutely right. We should be getting more. I talked about this the last time this topic came up here on our floor. It has always been the case. Literally twice the graduation rate for our female trainees when they come in. We just don't get enough, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know if it has something to do with risk. I don't know what it is, but we'd love to get a few on here. I see you in the chat. I know you're all here. Let's see if you can't come on the show. It's a lot of fun for us to do. We're both long this Sava on a 330 break. I don't know, Sky, I guess, could be the limit here when you talk about where the stock is coming from. Not a heck of a lot. There's some chop here between now and $4. Of course, this was like an $11 stock just a couple weeks ago, though.
Yeah, here's another chicken dinner for you guys as Roku comes right back down, 106.60 coming through here. Yeah, we've probably had like 2 traders and 1 graduated for females. So yeah, 50% win rate there. Like
I mean, that's entirely not true.
We need more, guys. We need more traders. So, okay, coming downside, 106.60 coming through here. Big win on Roku, guys. That one's marching. Cody, this one's falling asleep. I really thought off that Kardashian news we could get this one going, but right now not really moving around too much here. That is Cody coming to the downside here. We're taking some off of that one. Sava, like Neil mentioned, we take the blowout top. This was a much better, like trading in the pre-market here, consolidation. Taking this long was really the hero spot, 267 there. Maybe even if you waited for this spot, which was $3, we may be in this one too late. So like I keep mentioning, don't give it too much room here to the upside as Sava hopefully wants to get going here. $3.40. We'll see. $3.50 might be a spot. Let's get some out though. Roku right here, $1. You know what? We're going to get out of some if it breaks back above 107, but we'll wait on that one for happening, guys.
Yeah, and just going to take some Sava out for the scalp, maybe a quarter of it at that 340 mark, like you just mentioned there, Sean. But I'm also reloading a little bit in Tiffany here, guys. So, of course, I've been taking out. But here's the thing. Our best out was down at 115.25 when we're shorting all the way up to 117. But every single time we're getting out a little bit more shallow. It is gravitating to the upside. There is some buying stepping into this one. Remember, it's just conjecture that this deal is falling through. There's nothing concrete just yet. So I am loading back in here, 116.83. We've been short that price for quite some time now and just getting a few more shares. We're getting out for those 50 cents to 80 cents to $1.20 type of wins every time we can get these shares. The other one that we just talked about is Sava. But I want to get you right back over to our good friend, and that's going to be NEO. It does continue to pull back, and I mentioned liking this one in the 30s. It's starting to get into that range, so I'm going to let it dip down into the mid-30s in front of VWAP here before reloading on NIO. Looks like it can be a nice little continuation trade. I'll probably get out if it breaks 25, but I want to reload at our entry price of 30. If it's going to be a key level on the way up, it's going to be a key level on the way down for me.
Okay, yeah, NEO, yeah, we've already gotten out of that one. Oh, here we go. I got to do a shout out here to our friend Rahim Alani. Guys, how do let me see if I just move this up here. Yeah, you can see now. He's rolling with the party time. So here we go. I'm Italian, but this is an Argentinian winery, the Catina. This was at my wedding. Nice little one here. High Mountain Vines. Good little name there. Thank you. Ooh, a 90-pointer there. Yeah, so not only are the trades cash money, but apparently so are the wines. Shout out to you, Rahim. Yeah, we'll have a bottle together when we can get back in, but that's OCI Group, guys. So Rahim Alani, thank you so much for shouting out to support. Just continues. Thanks for the love, my friend.
Absolutely. I do believe we are ready to go right to the board with Valerie. We have a European update.
Hey guys, welcome to European Update. Europe in a positive territory for a second day in a row. Germany is leading up 3.46%. France is up 3.07%. Italy is up 3.16%. And Britain is up 2.55%. The UK government has signed an agreement with Google that will grant public sector bodies a discount for the company's cloud services. Well, that's all with the Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to quickly show you WMG. We're still waiting on Warner Music here. It has not opened up yet, but I feel like it could be close to getting that open. It is the big IPO of the day, of course, and it's the biggest one of the year so far. So when it opens up, we'll be jumping right over to it. Certainly should be a good trading opportunity. Just constantly waiting for that one to get back to us. I mentioned taking some profit off on Sava there, breaking to the upside for a quick scalp. It is now consolidating above this 330 mark. So if it holds, maybe we get a secondary break. I think if it makes a secondary move to the upside, I'll probably take some shares out in front of 50 and then maybe add if it breaks 50. It's sort of anticipating some sellers in front of there. I might join them for a little bit and then jump back into the trade for a secondary breakout on Cassava Sciences, which is happening, looks like almost right now, guys.
Yeah, I'm just tweeting this out here, guys. We already got, look at that out on Sava up here, $3.45 out of a third. So let's just hold the rest. This one, I just trade, one in, and then let's see what we can do. If we have to average in, we'll get back here at 3. But let's see if Sava can't moon again for us here. But yeah, just tweeting this out, tweeting the charts out. You may want to go back and see some of the trades that we had. So that's why I tweet out the charts. It looks like we're going to break through 350. Let's go, Sava. Here we go to the moon. So nice little trade once again on Sava. I do, look, we did it again on this show. Look what I have here. Roku, look at this short, guys. This is a 108.80 short given to you. Bang! That's a $3, or it'll be a $3 win. It's a $2.50 winner right now. I've given you Sava right here. That's a 10-cent winner. Give that one to you live on the show. Traded everything for you guys today. CrowdStrike, you want this winner? Bang, right there. Look, this is the top of the day. There's a perfect right there for you on CrowdStrike. So that's a big trade as well. So we're just hammering everything. Look at Roku, keep falling down, guys. $2.50 winner. Your boy has done it again. Don't worry, I'll be back tomorrow, but I do have to go get a coffee again in a couple minutes. So let me just tweet this out, and then we'll run and get that and be right back. But nice win once again on Roku. We did it again, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. There are a couple of IPOs today. Yeah, Zoom Info was another one. It's just not as big. I think that's why we're more excited about Warner Music. Size does matter when it comes to these IPOs. We want to see how big they're going to be. And there goes Sava. I mentioned take some shares out in front, and then if it breaks 350, you get more long. So I've added to my position here rather than taking off some. So I have a 344 average price now as it continues to run to the upside. Like we said, there's just so much room in Cassava for this one to make a test of at least $4 that we're going to give this one a shot here, adding into the position. I'll get some out in the 60s and then look for some out in the 70s as well. But it is that time. We've sort of been waiting patiently for it. We love this session. We love this segment. Brendan, let's introduce our guest trader of the day.
Hey guys, yeah, we are going to bring in Gareth Soloway joining us as our guest trader of the day. If you want to participate in this segment, Valeria is going to send out an email that you can shoot us an email. We'll get you on as guest trader. It's a lot of fun. We talk shop, we talk about trading. Any questions you have for us, we are here to answer and help you guys out. So please send your request to, I believe it's marketing at tradertv.live, and we'll get you on as guest trader of the day. Let's bring in Gareth Soloway, our latest edition of Guest Trader of the Day. Great to have you on, Gareth. It's been an exciting day so far. How have things been on your end? A busy day so far?
Yeah, kind of in the middle range for me, and thanks for having me. It's very cool. I love watching you guys. The excitement just gets me pumped up every day. So it's a great addition just to get me up in the morning here on the Pacific Coast, as it's freaking early. But yeah, so it's been kind of one of those days where there's been a few trades out there that I've taken. I'm not a hugely, fly by the seat of my pants type of trader, in that I'm not jumping in and out of every trade. That was my early years in trading. I've been doing it for over 20 years. So I kind of select my battles very carefully, meaning that when I'm looking into a trade, I analyze risk reward. I obviously look at the charts to see what's a good trade setup. And it's got to be the best for me to take it. And if it is, then I'll take it with our traders, and we'll honestly, we make money most of the time. We had 2 trades today on Zoom, both successful, both over $2 gains. I used a measured move technique to analyze a specific level, and also noticing that the after hours low right around that 220 level was, or I should say the after hours high was around 220. That also gave me that signal. So 2 trades in the books today, over $4 in net gain per share, and I'm sitting pretty. I'm happy. But you guys, I see you guys are rocking it there as well, and it's fantastic to see, man. I love this station.
Yeah, I love that. I love that look on Zoom today. Obviously, you know, a stock that's been just insane over the past even 3, 4, 5 sessions in a row to the upside, up more than 50%. All kinds of opportunities today. Was a little bit tricky, I have to say, off of the open. I mean, it did, you know, open up to have quite the spread and was thinly traded. But let's bring in Neil here, and we'll get back into the markets.
All right.
How's it going, Gareth? First of all, thank you for coming on here. We love to have guest traders. We love to have people participate in the community. It's just a different perspective. You know, we're very, very active. I've said a couple of times today, I made a few more trades than I would have liked today, and a few too many symbols, I think. And I knew that when I sat down. I had so many setups that I did like. I want to jump in here. You said you only had a couple of trades, and one of them is Zoom. So I'm going to give you one of my trades here on Boeing. I was looking at a 159 break. That was basically the only thing I had in terms of significance. I didn't see anything until about 164 for resistance. I still get tricked out of it for only a $2 gain here. And sort of, I know one of the first things I'm going to do when we're done the show, or maybe, you know, on the way home, I'll be thinking about this one. You know, how do you sometimes hang on for a bigger win when you do get a bit of a sell indication? It rolled over, and I literally said to myself, if I was flat, I'd actually be considering this one as a retracement short setup. When that happens to you, do you have any particular, of course you have a lot of experience, do you have any particular things that you do to get you to hold on to that trade right through to that target?
Yeah, so a couple things. Number one is you have to always weigh the risk and reward, right? So let's say you're up on a trade $5, right? And you get to a point where you're coming into big resistance. If it breaks it, maybe you get another $1 out of it. But if it fails, you could end up giving back $1, $2, $3. You have to look at that risk reward. And I think that's the essence of being a trader that's going to generally make the right decision. But let's be honest. I mean, God knows the amount of stocks I've sold that I should have held on to are countless in my trading career. All we can do is do the best we can, and we use the tools that we have at our disposal. And that's really what you have to do. So I would say don't beat yourself up. I mean, I've seen so many people that they look back on a past trade and they're like, oh, if I only did this, but it's Monday morning quarterbacking. You know, you have to be always focusing forward. The best traders are always looking to the next trade, always getting pumped for the next one. And again, I think that's what you have to do. And now, if it's a minor resistance, and you know, this is getting into a little bit more complex analysis where you get into major and minor levels, but minor levels, you might give a little space, or you might put in a trailing stop. Those are also ways to maneuver where you can kind of catch a little bit more on the movement of that stock.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. It's one of those things where the first thing that happened when I got out of Boeing was like, oh crap, maybe I should have hung on to that one. But there were a few other trades to get in there, and you didn't want to miss out on them. One of them, and I'm going to give you an example here of Cassava Sciences. It's a small cap, but my initial breakout long, I didn't give enough room. I thought I was angry at myself for getting out, not giving it a little more room to the long side. Missed the initial breakout, which gives you this $1 move. But hey, guess what? There was another setup break, which is exactly the same one, just $1 higher. And you take that trade. Now, if you're sitting there, and I know some traders have this happen to them, they're sort of you know, licking their wounds, and they're saying, why did I miss this trade? Why did I do that better? You're going to miss a secondary break. And one thing I know I mentioned over, I hope I say it enough on the show, is if you have a strategy and you have a setup that's a positive expectancy for you in your trading, you've got to put it on when it's there. And it doesn't mean, it doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes after you made a mistake, or you don't really, you're unhappy with yourself. You got to kind of get back on that horse, or at least find a way to do that. And one of the best things I find is literally just have all your levels set there, put some stop orders in if you have to trigger yourself into trades. Which does lead me to a question for you here. Because you do a select few trades, do you mainly have automatic entries, Gareth, or do you do anything manually? Is everything sort of automatic stop entries, stop exits to stay disciplined, or do you mix it up a little bit?
Great question. Great question. So just going back to what you were saying just a minute ago about, you know, that regret, that feeling of regret, every trader has to understand that the biggest kind of detriment to their trading career is emotion, right? If you can be emotionless when it comes to trading, you will make more money than ever. And the reason that is just like in the situation you were just talking about, is that when you get out of a trade and you see it continuing to go, a lot of investors or traders will say, well, oh man, I missed it. I shouldn't have gotten out. Darn. All right, now I'm going to get back in. And they pay up for that at a worse entry. And the algos, they all know this. I mean, this is the biggest thing, right? When you're in a trading situation, there's billion-dollar computer programs that are trading against you. And they are hoping you make an emotional decision so they can slap you around and just take your money from you. So be emotionless. Stocks are made there to be vehicles for people to profit. I can't tell you how many times, and sorry to get off topic from your last question, but you know, people get into these modes of loving a stock, falling in love with Tesla, falling in love with something else. And they just are like, oh, I believe in it, so I'm going to hold it forever. And they get emotionally attached. And I always say to our traders is that that company is not saying, oh, you know, Gareth Soloway, he's so emotionally attached to us. We won't do anything that's, you know, we won't do a secondary to dilute him. We won't pay, you know, our executives $100 million. They're not thinking about you. So you need to do the same. Be emotionless, be heartless, go into trades, get out of trades, make money consistently. That's what you got to do. I mean, that's the essence of it. I don't know if you want to respond to anything like that, but.
All right, guys, here we go. Sava to the upside right now. Yeah, thanks for that explanation. We are out right here, $3.74. We're hold on to the last third. Yeah, I think emotions are pretty important, but you don't need to get carried away with your emotions. I think that's the important thing. You got to get excited a little bit for your wins. And yeah, you don't want to get too attached, I think, to your losers. So I think that's also a very good point there. And like you said, a lot of these companies don't really care that you as an individual are long. And I think that's a very good point. Just because we love Tesla or whatever, we love the cars, doesn't mean.
And don't get me wrong, you totally, when you have a win, jump up and down. I love it. I mean, the energy is infectious. So that's all it's about. I'm just saying that when you get that regret feeling, don't beat yourself up about it.
Yeah, like I was doing here on NIO today, and we got this was wow, look at that. That's a perfect trade right there, guys. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough shares, but this is what we're talking about. I was a little disappointed when we had, when we had missed that 521 there. But look at this, where we got out here. You stick to your plan, you get out ahead of that 550, and you don't have to worry about it dropping all the way back down. Good reload spot back down there on NIO. Look at the size coming through. And guys, just an update here. Look at this Roku trade, $2.50 winner. So alley-oop to the market, not. The market is going upside here. The market's at day's high here. And look at Roku, guys. We identified this early as a weak stock. It came off on the open here and then just tanked down to this level again. 106 made its way back up. We said nepa, and it comes all the way back downside. So big time trade. And just giving you guys an update, we'll get out of half of what we have left if it breaks back above this little consolidation point here. 106.70, and there goes Sava again, 361. So our best out there again. Almost once again, guys, another perfect here on Sava. Catch it at 330, get some out ahead of 50. That's what we do every time. And then some out again right at 75 as I sit back down and enjoy this fresh coffee and more winners. So the only positions we have on right now is that Roku and Sava, guys.
Yeah, what I love about that Sava, one thing you mentioned, Gareth, is put yourself in the mind of who you're trading against. One of the reasons on Sava, when it caught that breakout, and I was looking to take some shares out of 350, I said to myself, a lot of people are looking to take shares out of 50. And if that pressure gets relieved at an even level, that second break could be as good, if not better, than the 330 break, which turned out to be true. So I'm going to add to the position there when it breaks there, as some people have taken it out, and it relieves that pressure of sellers, day trading sellers, to the next level, which ended up being 390. So it's double the size of the move. At some point, I sort of jump back into, I don't know how much you follow the show, I jump into that mode of wanting to be a short seller on some of these stocks, and I find one of the things you've got to do is separate your trading strategies as best you can. Sometimes they'll conflict on the same stock if you're very, very active and you don't want one bias to bleed into the other. I find it's easy to have a level head and always ask yourself, if I was flat and I was looking at this, what would I be doing here? And I know that's one thing I try to do. I want to get back to you in a second, but I think Brendan has something for us.
Yeah, just wanted to update, guys. I have one eye on Warner Music. Still no trades yet, but we'll let you know as soon as that starts to trade. This WISA, W-I-S-A, little wireless audio electronics company. We were talking about it in the pre-market a little bit. Give you a great opportunity on the second push up to 380 there, but just wanted to mention this $3 level in the pre-market was resistance. There is a little bit of a bid, it looks like, underneath 3, trying to protect that $3 level on this WISA. We don't have locate, sadly, but have a look at WISA still, guys.
I knew there was a reason I hadn't traded that stock. It's because we don't have any locates. We do have this NIO trade. I said I would buy a pullback here. I did miss the initial one, of course, when it pulled back to 530. I did get this dip buy on the way down instead of the way up, but it worked out. I think a lot of times allow it to travel into your support and then kind of buy it on the way up just to make sure you're catching a falling source. Sometimes because NEO I should keep saying, NEO has such good liquidity, you get trapped into saying it's easy to get in and out of this one, so you get into the trade a bit early. But either way, I'm giving this one past this little VWAP area. 525 will be the out. I like a shot for it to get back to the 550 range, continue the trend. If it holds it all afternoon long, it's a kind of trade sometimes you have to expand your range. If you're usually holding for 20, 30 minutes as a day trader, maybe this is one, if it continues banging around here at VWAP, it could happen for the next hour or two during lunchtime. So I'm kind of prepared for that mentally. If it does, I'm still looking at 565 as an ultimate target here. Quick question, Gareth. You mentioned you were one and done with some great trades in Zoom. Is there anything you're looking at in the afternoon maybe, or plays for even right now at lunchtime? Do you just generally back off and not trade lunch or the afternoons?
Good question. So over lunchtime, I'm much more careful. And the reason I'm much more careful is because the volume lightens up quite a bit on a lot of these names. I'm watching Lulu just pierced 320. That's a key level right there. It did already pull back. I didn't jump on it, but that was a little bit of a level. But the key is, one thing to remember for those traders out there that are watching, is that volume at lunchtime gets lighter. And when the lighter the volume, the more likely you get a float up in a stock. So if you're looking to short, for instance, on some of these extended names, you have to be aware of that. So I'm much more likely to go long over lunch. Find a setup where you have a bull flag with a time count, some sort of cycle activity going on with moving average support, and just let kind of the gentle float take care of my profits in that respect. So occasionally I do trades over lunch. In general, it's going to be on the long side.
Okay, just sort of changing your risk structure, I think, is a plan, right?
Yes, exactly. You got to always be aware of that risk. That's the risk, and that's going back to kind of what I'm saying in terms of, I trade, but I make sure those opportunities are exemplary, because I don't want to stress, like there's too many. I did, when I was a young trader, man, I would trade like 40 times a day and be in and out. And I'd look at my P&L at the end of the day and I'd be down. And, it's mostly that I wasn't down on the trades. It might be commissions, which luckily you don't really have that anymore. But it was just churning my account and getting into opportunities that weren't great. And it's gotten to the point where that was too much stress over the course of so many years. And so I like cherry picking the best of the best. And it's great. I get in, I get out. Low risk, high reward. And if the trade sets up nice, I'm in. Just on Lulu, I'm looking at Lulu, possible topping tail on the intraday 10-minute chart here. Again, time of day is not ideal, but if it puts in a little topping tail here, reversing, you might have something there.
All right, Lulu there, good name here. And Jarhead, guess what? Your boys are back in CCL. So we get long here, 1751. We take some out here, 1754. Let's just wait to see what happens, man. A decent amount of shares here. But like you were talking about there, Gareth, time of day, not great right now to take some of these trades, huge position. So we take it, and right now we'll take 3 cents. We're going to wait for the top side here, 1760 or more coming hopefully on Carnival. But that's the position we have. Oh, yeah, and we took a nice little $2 winner here. This is what you call discipline, guys. So we'll do a dancing gorilla for you. Haven't done that in a while. 106.80 out there, and now we have very, very small shares left, and we let Roku just continue to cash in for us. Nice little trade here on Roku, and then CCL. We get some out at 54. Now let's see where this ride wants to take us. Hopefully upside. I don't really. Maybe we can drop down a few more minutes here. Let's go to like a 10-minute chart. Let's see what we're talking about with CCL here as I look at other charting platforms as well, or not platforms, different chart time frames over here. Yeah, we're already really high up here. CCL hasn't been back here in a while. We're going to have to wait for this to load. But 1760, I will give it to about 1740. I'm not going to give this trade a big amount of room here. So we'll give this one about to 1740. We'll average in if it does come down a bit, guys. But I do like this name, Carnival. Let's see if it keeps going out a little bit at 54 there. Those of you guys wondering about Sava, yeah, your boy still has that one as well. We'll wait for that one. Look at this, long here, 333, out and then out again. We still have a third. That's pretty typical of what we'll do. So Roku, Sava, and CCL right now for the wins, guys. Let's see how far CCL can go.
Yeah, one thing we try to do here is keep you guys abreast with what's going on with our position board. So I'm just going to throw up so you guys can see what I still have on. We're down to 4 positions. It was quite the active morning here. I still have the NEO reload that we just took. 33 is an average price here on the long side. Of course, the first trade was great. This will be a secondary push here off of VWAP. Sava, I still have 355 long. Of course, we re-entered that trade a second time on that break. And SECO, it has given me no reason to get out of this last little bit here. We're short here just under $4. It's back down to 350. It hasn't broken that bottom yet. I'd love to see it do it. It might not happen until later on in the day. And lastly, remember, Tiffany, I'm still taking these shorts on these pops and then heavily getting up. But one thing we're going to have to do here is, look, I can't ignore the fact that I'm seeing Iceberg buying. And again, it's a thinly traded stock that's done 3.7 million shares. But there is some buying stepping in. Remember, this is not the first time that there has been question about this deal falling apart. The last time it did fall for a couple of days, but there was some buy action in there. Today, holding up a little better than I anticipated. So instead of getting the massive $2 win that I expected, I am taking off wins of about $1 or so, sometimes 50 or 80 cents on this position. I'm probably done shorting the pops, given how much strength it's shown. I will not be taking a breakout trade at 117.50. You probably won't see me short this name until, if it breaks that price, until about $1.20. And if it gets to 120, I really like that short there. We'll be all over that. 114.50 break. The next level should be about 109 for me on Tiffany. So I'm just sort of cycling in and out of shares here, taking advantage of the volume.
Oh, guys, right here at Carnival, we just take some out 55s. Here comes 56, and bang, there it is again. Air horn, that one, guys. Jarhead, what up, my friend? We take that one to the bank again. CCL, big win. That's one thing we're talking about here with our, our guest of the day. Thank you so much for joining us. Do you typically find that you go back to the well over and over again? Like CCL has just been a monster stock, and now it just rips up here for the day as we catapult ourselves through the roof here. 17.51. We get very, very patient. Let me put this back down to a 1-minute chart for you guys so you can see exactly. This was, and we went long, and then we hit out, and we got wicked out on this wick down here. So we go long again. That's why you see some red here. But 17.59 now to the upside as we keep on going here. Is that something, if you find out that you'll make some money on Lulu today, would you go back to that tomorrow? Or is that something where you just wait for setups, you don't really care about the name?
Yeah, so that's a key question, and I think the essence of it is you have to ask yourself, is there action, right? So if XYZ is trading today and it's whipping wildly and it's a great trading vehicle, it's great for today. Tomorrow it may be the same, in which case it's very tradable, but you just have to make that decision at that point. Far too many people out there I see just they're like, oh, well, I always trade this stock, so I'm going to go back every single day. Look at the action in it. A lot of times people will bring up to me stocks and I look at them and it's up or down 1% on the day, and I say, well, what am I supposed to do with that? There's no volatility. Volatility is a trader's friend, right? We all can agree with that. And that is what's required for you to go back to the well. So the essence of the question is, yes, you go back to the well if it allows for it, if the volatility is there.
Perfect. Yeah, 100%. I'm going to give you an example here. We have a trading floor behind us, and Day Trade the World here has hundreds of floors worldwide. All the floors I've been on, one of the worst stocks I think back in the day, and this is going back a few years, was BAC, and it used to be like 10 years ago, so the volume was always so good on it. So day traders are like, but there's always volume. I'm going to trade every single day. And that alone was the reason why every floor was negative on it that I was on. And it wasn't that there weren't opportunities, it's just that they were like, okay, well, it's good one day, and then it's not good for another week or so, but we're trading it every single day. And I think if we can echo that point, that's why every day, come in, you know what you're looking for if you have some strategies that work for you, right? So just identify what fits your pattern. Don't trade something because someone else is necessarily. Trade it because it fits what you're trying to do, and then sort of go over that every single day. And it might turn out, like Sean and I have mentioned on the show for a while, like Carnival Cruise Lines, this is literally the first day I think I haven't traded it in a while, just because it's been so good. It's had good setups. Today I didn't really find anything, as I'm actually now going to finally be getting out of NEO. I don't know why my stop didn't trigger yet, but let's cover that one right here. I wanted to let it break VWAP by a couple of cents
all the way
here.
Back down?
Reload back into NEO, and look, we'll see what happens with this name. Ultimately, I think the next stop, we talked about 5 even. I'm going to patiently wait on this one for another big move to happen, but I let it try to make a move all the way to 565. My last out was in front of 50s, unfortunately. It is what it is. Quick scalp reversal there. just to make a bit of a spread on that little short trade. But either way, I'm done with NEO until we get a test of 5 even, maybe some consolidation at that price. Otherwise, I think we had a great morning on it, and there's no need to throw it away during lunchtime when you already had a good profitable day. Just forcing trades is the wrong way to go here at lunch. I just have 3 things on. Sava's still long the last quarter, 355. Still have SECO, no reason to get out. And I have a little bit of Tiffany left. I am taking that in and out over and over again. Speaking of Carnival Cruise here, Sean, I know you were trying to hunt back into this one at some point.
No.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those where this is the first day I haven't traded, and the trend is, again, still fantastic. It's giving that same setup off the morning with the break. It's pulling right back in, shaking traders out of that first long, and then that dip buy is just fantastic, and it's that same pattern. You get the FOMO traders coming in that take the breakout long. They're really excited about it. They're hoping for a massive move, and then they sell it off, coming right back in, and then it's an even better move after it makes a secondary play. You know, it's one of those things, Gareth, you've been trading a while. I don't remember seeing those types of patterns work so often. It's like people would pick up on it after a while here, and some of them are continuing. So you want to make sure, as much as you don't jump in every day to the same thing, if the setup is there, you've got to have it. Is there anything that you have in your checklist in the morning? I asked this to a lot of our guests. Is there anything in your checklist in the morning, in your routine, that's like, if I don't do this, then it's like, I don't even want to be making trades today. It's just that one thing I have to do before I put any trades on, before I sit down, before I put any orders out. What is that for you?
The biggest things are, I always do a first scan of the market. You know, you got to kind of orientate yourself to where things are going in the market. So first thing is I wake up, I flip on the TV, I get kind of focused on what the overall market is doing. And then right away, I start delving into what's the biggest movers of the day. So a lot of people ask me, like, what crazy scanners do you use to find your setups? And for the most part, I use the biggest gainers and the biggest losers, because that's what's in action. And then as I'm scanning through, I'm going to be looking for, you know, what has enough volume, first of all, because, you know, if I'm going to buy 10,000 shares or short 10,000 shares, I got to be sure that I can get in and out easily without screwing myself. And so I quickly X out X, and I'll come to the end of that with a list of trades that I'm going to watch. Now, it doesn't mean new things throughout the day won't start to get into levels. You'll always be scanning. But for the most part, you want to have that firm foundation, your routine every morning. I always get my morning coffee, my morning drink, get that going. It's actually pre-workout. I kind of like the edge of the pre-workout instead of coffee in the morning. But you always want to come in with a clean slate, a clear mind. You don't want things from yesterday that were bugging you to carry over. That's one surefire way to screw up your day. So again, that's, I think, the way that I handle it. But lots of different ways, and some people like to throw a little spice in there differently.
Yeah, exactly. And here we go. I like the one in and then multiple out. So on CCL, we waited all day for this one. And here's my Twitter, guys. Make sure you follow me here, because we're on a boat right now. So here we go. Nice little Adam Sandberg here. Great song. He's on a boat. So are we. CCL, we're paying for it. It's free now. Shout out to Bear Bull Traders, Carlos as well, and Aziz from there. We are just, Andrew, we're just killing it now on all of this, guys. Follow me on Twitter. Look at CCL, or on Twitter, but this is Carnival. Long here at 1751, and then bang, 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 bang. All outs here, 1764, 1765. Big time wins on that one. $1.10 still in the money on Roku. Gonna give this one to VWAP. If it breaks 108, we'll get out of that one. And then Sava, yeah, I know Neil went long again, and I think it can still go up, guys. It can still break $4. I'm gonna get out of this one if we do come back to flat. So if we come back to 330 here, I'll just put in my pocket this 15 cents, and then that almost basically perfect out up here at 375. So we're going to give this one back to 333, which is where we're in at. Let's call it 330, and that may come sooner rather than later. I don't want to take this profit. Let's see if we can't go high side on this name. But what's up, B. Wendon?
Just found this Abbott Labs, guys. ABT came down to 91 a few times here and is holding. So there is a bid, it looks like, down at 91 to the downside. 1.5% already today. Market continues this slow grind to the upside, but a little bit of support finally, possibly, for ABT, guys.
Really?
Yeah, good look on Abbott. Haven't traded that one in a while. One name that we've been in basically all morning, and I think this speaks to a point that we were making about, you know, sticking to your plan, making sure you have a level ahead, knowing what your setup's going to be. And one thing I've observed, at least in my trading, is when I'm hunting some of these pullbacks on these smaller cap names, the pre-market trade sometimes is good. However, when I get stopped out of a pre-market short trade, if it fails to take out the next level, those are easily the best trades of the day for me. So every time I get into one of them, the first thing I thought about when I got back into SECO after losing off the open here was, when the first level went to break, I was thinking about taking a scalp off for about 15 cents. And I said to myself, no, I know these ones are better. Let's dig into this one, add to the position when 4 even breaks. This is when the floodgates can open up, and that's exactly what's happened here. We talked about 350. That actually just broke. It's now down at 338, so we started this one shorting at 418. We added at 4 even, a 398 to give an average price of 410 or so. And now that one is down at 338. There really isn't any bottom in sight, so you can think about trailing this one, maybe back to an even level, maybe giving it back to one of these key sort of pullbacks. For me, I'm just going to sit here manually looking for a 3 even bottom on this one, and if we have to hang on to it all afternoon, why not? SECO has been one of my best stocks on the day, but partly because after losing, the first thing I thought about was, okay, what usually happens after this? What part of my plan do I need to execute better? I've gone over that every time it's happened to me in the afternoon and came prepared to jump back into this trade and get a little bit more aggressive on that little pullback. Gareth, it's been a lot of fun already so far with you. Just a quick question for you here. We already just talked about your preparation. When it comes to mentality after a loss, I've heard traders talk about anything from, if I take 3 hits in a row, I'm going to go up and get a coffee. I ignore the fact that I have 3 hits in a row. I'm just like a robot. Everybody has a different way about them. Is there anything in particular that you might do after successive big hits if they happen to you? I know for some traders that can be a bit of a problem for them. If you're trading long enough, you have to have gotten past that at some point for most of us. So is there anything you've done in particular when you have 2 or 3 losses, maybe just in succession?
Yeah, very rare these days, considering I'm so selective on my trades, but occasionally I'll have 2 in a row. And I think even when you have 1 in a row, if it's unusual for that to happen, you need to kind of reset your brain. And what I do for me, and this is different for everyone, but for me, I'm very logical. I remind myself that, yes, I might have taken a $1,000 or $2,000 loss on a trade, occasionally more even, but I say to myself, okay, well, I have a ratio for the past 10 years of 90% success rate on trades. So that means every 10 trades I'm winning 9 times, I'm losing 1. As long as I rationalize it, I'm able to put it behind me and I say, okay, that was my 1 loser. The stock god is going to get me. There's no way you're going to ever have a trader that doesn't lose. So if that's your one, and this is me rationalizing again, so you have to figure out how to put it in perspective. What you don't want to let happen is it wipe out the other 9 winners. That's where you get into a lot of trouble. But if you can keep it to just negating 1 or 2 trades on the good side, then you're golden. Just remind yourself of that. Remind yourself that you have an average, just like a baseball player. You're going to bat 300 or 500, or in this case, as a trader, you want to bet obviously much higher than that, and that your average will stick over the long term. And that's why you don't want to get so hung up on 1 loser or 2 losers. Maybe those were the 2 losers and the next 50 trades are going to be winners. Remind yourself of your average. And you should, every newer trader for the first few years should have a trade journal. They should always be writing down the wins, the losses, why the win was the win, why the loss was the loss. Make sure you remind yourself, because learning is everything, right? You guys are talking about some things and I'm just like, that's like, you were talking about pre-market, how you said, I know this runs more. That's experience. That comes from having that experience, and that comes from learning. And if traders don't learn from their mistakes or their wins, you always learn more from your mistakes, then you're never going to progress. So I would definitely say focus in, keep it logical, and do your best.
Thanks, sir, Gareth. I got to get to Brennan here. He's got a little something for us.
Constellium, guys. CSTM just popping up here. Up 9.5% on the day. Huge volume spike just came in. 970 got rejected for probably the 4th or 5th time here. CSTM, they signed a deal with Airbus, apparently, to supply them with some air-related products, I guess, in construction terms. Gareth, not sure how much you pay attention to volume increases, or, this time of day we get to a point where we kind of like to look at anything that is kind of jumping up, doing more volume than it normally does, especially at this time of day. So CSTM, 9.5% on the day, guys, on a volume spike.
Yeah, good look there. Just before we go there, Sean, just want to note that we're still waiting on Warner here. It's no signs of opening. We'd love to be trading this one at 12 o'clock or before 12 o'clock, but we can't control when these IPOs open up. I think it should be a good one when it does. Sean, what do you got, bud?
No, I was just getting out of CCL here at 47.48 as it does break back down below 50. And part of my rules there, and Gareth has done a great job talking about it and not like worrying about your losers or anything. So CCL breaks down below 50. That's kind of my cut point there. We've just our best out 64, 65s. So to take a 3-penny loser now when the trade breaks down, or not even, I guess 48. Yeah, I guess that's 3-penny loser there. When the trade breaks down, that's fine because these are 3-penny winners. So we basically put all of this in our pocket. And again, guys, Neil and I trade differently, right? We all trade different amounts of shares. So you got to understand your stops, what your tolerance is, and you brought that up good there, Gareth, as well. When you talked about, sure, you've taken $2,000 hits, you've taken $2,000 wins, right? So you sort of got to go back and forth. And the worst point is when we sort of first started this show, I used to kind of hold on to my losers a little bit longer than I should have before cutting them. What I've learned here is when you up your share size, you can't just hold on to something for dear life, because if it doesn't go for you, then the next thing you know is you're cut and you're snapped and your neck is finished for the day. So we want to be able to stay around, because here goes Carnival. See, this is what I'm talking about, guys, and I'm going to give myself a perfect out here. Look, you get out when the trade breaks down. So now I'm not in this 6 or 7 penny loser. I'm sure, Gareth, you cut some of your losers as well.
Absolutely. You have to. I mean, that's the only way a trader will not lose all their money, because the market is a shark-infested water environment. Right. And they're out there, and you have to be disciplined. Discipline is the only way you're ever going to make it in this game. So I 100% agree with you on that. I'm actually watching Boeing big surge up here. I'm looking at above 170 as a potential shorting opportunity. So just a heads up there. It's not there yet, but heads up.
Wow, yeah, I've been sort of hunting for this one, and the first thing that we talked about when it did make that break was looking at the daily chart was going to tell you there just wasn't a heck of a lot of sort of natural, obvious resistance on a first look. One of the things that'll happen is that if you have a level like that, you're expecting resistance, it falls shy of it. And then you get into that FOMO. It's like, oh no, it's turned here. It's like, well, you wanted it to test 170, not 169, 49 or whatever happened, which is the actual high right now. Yeah. So for me, I'm going to stay away from it, because I got burned yesterday by just getting a little bit too early on one of these short plays. When a move happens at 10% upside and you're trying a retracement, believe me, the win's going to be there at some point. You just got to wait for it. But Brennan, what do you got for us, buddy?
Guys, there was actually, we mentioned it earlier on, there was actually multiple IPOs today. This is one of them, PLRX on the NASDAQ. So they managed to get this one going, but still no Warner Music for us yet. Opened at 25. The reason we look at the bigger ones is because, as you can see, not a lot of volume here. $97 million on the IPO for this one. That Warner Music, $2+ billion. So we're hoping to bring that to you when it does IPO. Gareth, do you look at IPOs? Do you trade them much?
Yeah, I do. I'm a technical trader, so in general, I like to have some data from history to base my trades off of. But I definitely will be eyeing them, especially if they get way too overhyped or in the opposite direction. So it's not a usual trade. I usually like to have like for instance, recently I traded. I did a swing trade short on DKNG just the other day, and that continues to fall. I did take my profits yesterday. Wish I held them though. But that was a recent IPO from months ago. That's the type of stuff I'll look at, because as a technical trader, your guidebook is the chart. And if you don't have a chart, it makes it a lot trickier. Doesn't mean it's untradeable, but it's a lot trickier.
I believe in that one for sure. I love that DraftKings name, and we did talk about that. And I, like you, I was swing long 31, 32, out 42 or whatever that was the other day. So that was a good trade. I agree with you on that one. We are now short here on Boeing, so I'm still nervous about it breaking the top. I'm just going to be short here, waiting. I mean, Boeing's up 10%. Hello. We'll wait to see here on this one. So we're going to go short now. We are short actually. Now we're going to go short. We're short 167.90. You can see the little tick right here, guys. That's my short play. We're just going to give it up here. I mean, I can give this one. We're huge today. It's been a monster day, so I can give this one no problem. I guess 250 here. Well, we're short 168, so 150 to the upside. We're looking for it to come back into some of this consolidation range where we broke out. So we'll just wait to see. The future's kind of hovering around. I don't know, Brendan. Was there news? I looked and didn't see any news on Boeing. I mean, I guess it's a technical break. I mean, there was news this morning, but maybe recently from this 163. 333 level at 11 o'clock, maybe something, but could just be a technical break. We do have Roku. That name's still short, guys. And again, I just like to be, I just hunt the best positions I can find here. And Roku right there, one in, no retracements, no nothing. Out here, bottom tick, great little trade there. We'll see if we can't come back downside 106.30. But those are the only positions I have on. Actually, we'll pull up the position board here. I do have Sava still on now as well. We've talked about that one. Sava, I see a lot of that, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for all those super chats. And I'm really glad that some of your best trades you've ever had were Sava. And I hope it was this 330 break. Same thing that we have. So we have 333 long here. We have 108.68. I mean, that one is a banger. We'll smile this one. See, here I am. Smile. Where's the smile coming up? There it is. Smile with the thumbs up there. Big win on that one. And Sava, we still have that long. So Boeing on the short, but that could get blown out. Oh, no. Now it's in the money nicely. So Boeing, no, it's still flat. 9 cents out right now. So we'll wait to see on Boeing, guys.
Yeah, I just want to jump in. There was a good question here in the chat. And one thing, Gareth, is we have all kinds of traders in our community. And Sanjeev can shout you out again. There's no such thing as a dumb question. You're asking, can we go short on IPOs? The answer is yes for us. We are able to pay for locates. That's pretty much always going to be the case when you're trading, at least in the first few sessions on an IPO. So WMG, when we're trading in Warner Music today, I have paid for those shares. I'll quickly just find, it was actually very, very cheap here. We only paid a penny per share to be able to get the locates on this, which is relatively cheap. Sometimes it's as high as 5 or 6 cents a share for us to be shorting an IPO. So the answer is, for a lot of people, a no. But we do have the ability to pay for those locates. They're not free for us to go short on the first day here in WMG. But Brennan has something. What do you got there, buddy?
Guys, Canadian Solar just popping up here. 5% huge volume spike. Went from 1850 up to about 1940 in a straight line here. Looks like a contract announced for them in Maine. They're going to be doing some work down in Maine. So a multi-million-dollar contract for Canadian Solar. A little bit of a volume spike there, guys.
Yeah, definitely a good look there. I only have one position on, so I won't put the position board on, but I'm just going to show it to you here, that SECO, we're actually now finding a bit of a bottom here, and I think when you have something which is, it has strong news, it's definitely been positive. Of course, it is up that 57%, but at some point, you are thinking the move is going to slow down and halt. There is a nice little bottom forming at 335 to 340 right here, where I would consider at least thinking about a long if I was flat on the trade. So I'm going to go ahead and probably take this one off if we can get a nice little, it's a 60-cent win on this last portion. Of course, we started it at 420. Started this at 418, and we did add on the way down here. So I feel okay taking out this bottom because I'd like to be flat. So that I know when there's a potential buying opportunity later on, I'm not sort of sitting there, yeah, but I'm holding for a monster win on the rest of this short. So I've gotten out of this trade. It's been my best one this morning, with the exception of Tiffany, which is a very, very different structured trade from anything that I will do for you guys in the show. But now I'm looking for a long opportunity, and SECO, I'm probably done with this short unless it makes a significant pop to the upside. So patiently looking to see a few conditions set up here. Either it needs to consolidate, make a nice strong bottom, failed break through the low of the day, snapping some people out and then firing back up would be pretty good. Also seeing a break of about 370 to the upside maybe gets you to VWAP here. Gareth, just we've asked you a lot of questions, sort of going back and forth. We have Brendan, obviously, who brings us a heck of a lot of news sources. And one thing I always say is, if I see a volume spike somewhere, or I'm in a stock and it's something out of nowhere pops in, I don't want to react without knowing what's happening. How important is it for you as a technical trader? How much does breaking news matter to you? How often do you actually trade breaking news, if at all? What's your relationship with things happening intraday?
So breaking news you definitely want to be aware of, but a lot of times I'll focus on the chart, and the chart will tell me where the proper level is anyway. So for instance, on Boeing, let's say news just broke as it's popping up, or this morning. That's great to know what had happened, but you want to focus on the technical level that's going to give you the trading opportunity. So you'll find that technical levels have a weird way of stopping a move up or a move down in their tracks and giving us a trading opportunity. So the news is the catalyst. Like, think about news as being the fuel. And the fuel ignites the stock. And then the question is, how much fuel was behind that? And the way you're going to know that is where is the resistance on a move up or a pullback support? So for instance, as we're coming down on a stock, let's just say it's collapsing back down on the back of news. What you do is you look for major support. And if you can find a brick wall, and I'm using a brick wall as an analogy here to show a huge major support area, If the stock has fallen enough, that brick wall that's many layers thick is going to be enough to halt that move down. Now, if it was 2 inches away from where the move started, obviously the gasoline in that tank is going to power right through it. But you get to points where the fuel starts to run out. And if you can pinpoint those key levels, you got to trade them. I mean, it's just, those are the most beautiful trades in the world.
All right. Yeah, good look there. And we love all of that talk. I mean, I love the technical breaks as well. And I sort of think that's what we had here on Roku, which is now $2 in the money. Facebook, we take a break here as well. Not a break. We waited for this long down here, protecting 229.50. So we take that long right now and bang that out. That's a nice little 30-cent winner. So we got that idea. We put this one in the pipe and smoke it to the upside here as we keep going. And Boeing right now, and yeah, we're waiting for this one. Didn't get to that 169.50. I'm still holding out for hope on this one. 166 target off of a 168 short. So we'll wait for that one. Facebook long, we just talked about that one. Our long is 229.60 right now. It's 229.90. That's a 30-cent winner. And Roku keeps on pushing. Push, Roku. Here we go. It's disco ball time. And you know, wow, here goes Roku. Okay, Roku to the downside. Big win here, guys, on this one. $2.13 in the money. It's been obviously a big monster day, and it's about that time now, guys. So here we go. It's fruit salad time. Gareth, I don't know if you are a big fan of fruit salad or not, but here we go. Today's fruit salad looks like brought to you by Honeydew Melon. A lot of honeydew in there. I see you nodding there, my friend. What is your favorite fruit?
Favorite fruit, man. Watermelon, grapes, you name it. I grow them all in my garden, and August, September comes around, and I'm eating cantaloupes and honeydews and it all. So it is awesome stuff, and nothing like that's, believe it or not, just a side note here. Every trader needs a hobby that gets them away from the computer screen and has them relax. And mine is gardening. I love the garden. I love growing my own stuff, and great lead in with that fruit salad.
Yeah, buddy. Whereabouts are you located to be growing all this stuff?
Portland, Oregon, actually.
Portland,
just outside
Oregon,
Portland, Oregon.
Wine country. I love the wine there.
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon, for sure. Some nice Pinot Noir from the Oregon region. Great little look there. Thanks for that. We just got out there. That's a 30-cent winner. So today it's been one of these days for yours truly, guys. Where's the money? We're trying to catch it. Wow, that's a nasty face. But there it is, guys. Big time trade. Look, if you want to be a guest on our show, very similar to Gareth, send us an email. Valeria will drop that link down, and you know, we'll get involved with you, and you can come on our show. We're talking about having some female traders. Neil made some great points, guys. The success rate is huge on female traders as well. So guys, don't be afraid. Come through. It looks like the futures tried to make a move down there. So right now, the only thing I have on is this Roku short. That's $2 in the money. You guys know that. 108.68 in the money there. And now all I'm thinking now about Pinot Noir. And then Boeing right here, short 167.90. Yeah, the kids are my hobby, guys. Follow me on Twitter. Went for a nice walk. I agree with you, Gareth. As soon as I got home, we head out to the Humber River by my place and had a great little walk there, skipping rocks and looking for fish. What up, Brendan?
Reed, guys, just saw this one popping up as well. Huge volume spike coming up on REED. This is a little one in the food services space. So breakout here above day highs, 115, huge volume spike coming back in. Let's see what happens at 115. If we hold, might get another move to the upside. 44% for this one, guys.
Yeah, I know. I see a couple people asking about Sava here. Of course, it was been a fantastic trade if you're looking for breakouts on the day. This is a significant pullback it's making here. Just sort of warning people, the last time it did retest on a pullback, this price range, it did bounce off of 3, but it kind of broke it before, you know, it broke people out of that long at $3, wicked down a couple of pennies, and then went off there. So I think if you're, I'm not still long here, but I guess if you are still long, you are probably wanting to give it a little bit more room here instead of just having a tight stop out to an even dollar or to VWAP or that 3 even. Sometimes, and this seems like it's one of those stocks, you do have to give it a couple of extra cents. The good news is liquidity is very good on Sava. It's on 44 million shares. You can see on level 2. It's not a big deal here, giving it a couple extra pennies here if you have to, just to make sure that you are right. And we talk about this a lot here, the difference between, Gareth, hard stops and area stops. And I know a lot of it has to do with your style of trade and the stock itself. Do you find that you use one or the other more often? Is it something you find you have to jump back and forth between saying it enters this price area, I make a decision, or it literally breaks this exact price to the penny and I'm in or out?
It depends on the trade. So for instance, with a topping tail or bottoming tail, you have a defined stop. If you're shorting a topping tail, for instance, any close on a 10-minute chart, which is the chart I use for day trading, any close above that topping tail, you would stop out immediately. It keeps the stop very, very tight, and basically any close above it negates the reason you took the trade. And I think that's the essence of it. Is it's as soon as something occurs that negates that reason, you have to admit defeat. And small battles can be lost. You want to win the war, and that's the essence. I think that's what you have to remember.
Yeah,
Art
absolutely.
of war.
Yeah, you gotta win the war. That's the thing. This is not like you make 1 or 2 trades in a day, but this is a long game. One thing that I talk to traders and I tell them about all the time is sometimes you really just have to take a step back and assess yourself over the course of weeks, months, quarters, and years, as opposed to days and trades. And sometimes there's a place for that, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times you have to have that overall higher time frame. I hate to say it, but with only 9 minutes to go here, I do feel like Warner Music is not going to open up here for us. I think it would be exciting. We think it's going to be a good one. The good news, however, is all 3 of us continue to trade throughout the afternoon. So we'll tweet it out when we're trading this name. But even better than that, at 1 o'clock today, we have another one of our education segments coming through. We're doing 4 separate topics at 1. So make sure you want to tune in for that as John hits the dancing. I don't know. That always kind of creeps me out there. But I don't hit it very often, except when I'm tricked into it, Rob, when they change my buttons on me. But it is what it is.
Yeah, there it is, guys. Boeing right here. We did go short 168. We're waiting for, I gave this call down here 166 and change. If you want your 70 cents, take it now, because here comes Boeing straight back to the downside. So you're welcome for that one as well. So I called the last one nasty, but here comes another creepy one. There's a little wink for you. As we come to the downside, 167.32. Guess what? Your boy did it again. So there it is. So we go barbecuing, flipping it up. Gareth, what do you like to barbecue? Bye-bye, Boeing. So maybe if we're barbecuing steaks, we're now barbecuing ribeyes, T-bones. Let's keep coming down here, Gareth. As we come down to the bottom here, what do you like to barbecue, my friend?
Oh, I love a good barbecue chicken, a good fillet, a good steak, man. It is great. And then you throw some good vegetables on there and get them grilled up. It is an amazing meal.
Grilled zucchini.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. Yeah, we're loving that one in my family. My kids, not so much.
You know what? Honestly, though, Sean, like my daughter's 3 and she loves zucchini. That's awesome. But there goes WMG. Yeah. We finally got the open on this one. Opening up.
I found the trick, by the way. You grow it in your garden, and your child will eat about 10 times more than they would eat if you put it on a plate inside. I mean, my little one, I pick a pea off the pea stalk, and she just demands it right away, over and over again. So that's the key.
I'm going to take a shot here, 27 even. There's a bit of a seller here, or buyer, I should say, on this one. It opened up 27 even. I'm just going to go quick long in front of it. You get that FOMO. People have been waiting for this one. Maybe there's a scalp trade to be had. I'm not at the point where I would reverse to the short side trade just yet, but we'll take one shot here. I'm only risking about 30 cents on WMG, but I just saw that first little buyer at 27 even. If I can find them on the level 2 scrolling down for you, immediate size jumped up. Sorry, you can't see it, but Sean, you saw it as well, right? So
yeah,
long
I saw him. He's there. There's a big buyer there, so we go hella long right now. So let's see if we can't go to the upside. And bang, there it is. Let's go, guys. Code word, crushing it. How about that? There's your code word today as we keep going upside here. Nice little in. Look at this, 27.28, out 50, 69.70. Let's go.
How
this
is it possible we got the exact same price?
Guys. It is falling money down. It is IPO crazy time. Roku in the money, $3. Boeing in the money, $1.50. WMG, bang it out, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, I actually somehow got exactly the same price, 27.28. We must have literally seen that guy at the exact same time and then jumped into it. I'm taking some profit off. I know the chart's going to look stupid because it's an IPO, but on the way up, sometimes even dollar levels, you have nothing to go by. You got to think like other traders in these situations. So for me, I'm going to have already 80% of it out on this long. It's in front of 27. Boom! You can take breakouts. If 28 breaks and I see a seller there, 100,000 shares, you can try a scalp long on a break of 28 as well. So we waited patiently for it and got the wins. There you go, Warner Music already.
There's the dance, guys. Yeah, here we go. Big time trade happening on Warner Music. It doesn't get any easier than that one, guys. We saw that bust out there. And Gareth, sorry to interrupt you, buddy, but when there's money to be made, this is what we do on the show. This is me, guys. Running in that money. We can now buy a few CDs. Do they still make CDs? Who knows? Oh, Boeing, guys, and bang on Boeing. Come on, Boeing, switch your charts. How can I hit the bangs if we don't? Oh, which level did I call? 166.50? Bang! Here it comes again. If you don't like it, turn the channel. It just keeps on coming. It's Belly Dance Central right now. Roku as well. That's a $3 winner. We are just on fire here, guys. Welcome to the show. Wow, Warner Brothers, 28. Okay, you want a break? That's cool. We're hella long. Let's go.
28 has 160,000 seller on it. That's what I'm eyeballing. When I take these trades here, I'm out in front. I'm breaking out again. I don't like to hang on to it too long. There's so much liquidity to get back into the trade. You pay a couple of cents extra to be able to get it. We have paid for the ability to short. I know not everyone can. I'm not looking at any shorts at this trade yet, but we have the ability to do it. Wow, that just was a reload. Someone took out that entire level at 28 even. 150,000 shares, didn't pull. It printed and held. So a bit of an iceberg there at 28. Makes me like to break out just a little bit more if it happens. Otherwise, there you go. There's the break. Just got that quick little long trade and scalp out of it if we can and see how far this one can go. I don't want it to retrace too far. It's already come from 27. That's our big buyer initially. Remember that, guys.
Yeah, welcome to the jungle, guys. You talk about the sharks, but apparently there's only one big shark in this pond right here, Gareth. So we're just continue to crush everything right here. WMG, nice out. Look at this out. 28.15, guys. Some out. I was waiting up here at 20. Again, I can show you my 28.26 is one of my orders. I don't know why that went out at that price, but we'll get the rest out right now. What a monster win. Just starting the day off. So yeah, I'm not gonna do anything else. Let's just explode the money. What a little bit of action there to end the day. Valeria, I think you have your spots to clip right there, so mark that down. 11:50, you clip that, we'll throw that on social media. But Garrett, how are you enjoying yourself so far, buddy?
This is awesome, man. I mean, if I was tired before, I've got more energy than ever before now with you guys. I love it.
There we go.
Yeah, we absolutely love it here. And to be honest with you, like we talked about what people do as their sort of get away from trading. For me, I like to work out and be active. And certainly doing this sometimes is a bit of a workout. But I want to tell you before we get out of here, I love when these little shakeouts happen on these breakout trades. Everyone got shaken out on a 28 break. I'm buying more when they're getting out. I'm buying it in the 90s when it happens, so we're able to take some more shares out here in the 28-20 range. Again, I don't know how far it's going to go. I don't have a crystal ball, and we don't have any technical levels here, but it's a nice little scalp. You buy in that little dip, and then you catch some out there at 28-20, and then see how far it can go. This gives you some runway to be able to hold the trade when you're taking profit in and out. Therefore, you're playing with some house money and giving it probably back to 27.60 or so, in the next level 27 even. Gareth, it's been a lot of fun. I will say this, anybody that wants to be a guest trader, please let us know all about it. If you want to be on here, whatever your experience is, we don't care. It's a lot of fun to do, and we want you guys to have that experience, be part of that community with us on the show. But we got to get to Brendan and wrap this puppy up.
Yeah, man, so happy we got to show you guys Warner Music there opening just in the nick of time before we wrap things up. Gareth, let's have a look at what is coming up after market today and before the open tomorrow. As far as earnings reports go, we had a few big ones today. More to come, guys. We mentioned Cloudera this morning. They were buying that one, heading towards earnings after market today.
Not much else there. I don't mind Fossil there a little bit. Cloudera, CLDR, we'll be looking at that as well. Anything on that board there for you, Gareth? I don't know. These seem to be, oh, Michaels maybe? That's a little retail name that's been battling around a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking Michaels might get some action. I think you want to focus on stocks that could be a negative or positive surprise, give us that volatility tomorrow. Absolutely. So Michaels, Cloudera, Fossil maybe, those are the main ones.
Right, yeah, good. So we're on the same page with that. Here goes WMG, guys. We just take a little bit more. Actually, I did not. I canceled. We're going to wait for 28.40 here coming through. This is just $1 and change winner. Once again, you know, guys, we've had this one. We've had multiple dollar winners today. What a big day. Thank you so much for everybody joining in on the show. I can't say it enough. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. You're hearing from Garrett. The energy is unreal. We've energized him. We've energized you guys as well. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you for everybody on the chat for your love today. It's been a fantastic day. We've hit so many winners. WMG, Roku we still have on. You just saw me ring that register on Boeing. Facebook, man, CrowdStrike was just a monster off the open, so we hit that one going as well. But here we go, guys. $1.20 now in the money, as we didn't even take some out, WMG. I lied. I didn't even have an order out there, so let's take some out now and just continue this dollar win.
I did take some out there as we're going to wrap this one up, but it's all about that reload buy. Now looking at 29, there's just no reason to get out of this trade. Stick to us here and make sure you join following on Twitter. We will tweet out some of these trades and continue to engage with you guys. And remember, at 1 o'clock, we are going to be jumping over to our educational video. That will be live on our Market Wisdom channel. Brendan, Sean, and I will be discussing 4 separate topics there. I believe we got to get to Valeria Haver to finish the show.
Hey Gareth, and shout out trading family. Thank you very much for joining us today and for all of your support. Guys, today we'll be recording our next educational video. We will cover 4 topics today. So save the link I'm sending out and join us at 1 p.m. Eastern time today. All the videos will be saved at our educational channel. Subscribe to Market Wisdom by Trader TV Live. And of course, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to this channel and catch us live every day at 9 a.m. As usual, I'm saying what national day is today. So today is the National Chocolate Macaroon Day, guys.
Yes, that's all I got to say to that.
I'll say yes times 2, Gareth.
Oh, it looks good, man. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, I like dipping a little bit in coffee there. Maybe that's my Italian side. Shout out to all you Italians out there. Been drinking coffee. Maybe you can tell since I've been 5 years older, so I made some nice espressos on tap for that. I know, Brendan, you're an espresso lover as well, my friend, and we'll be having some more of those. And we're back with you at 1 o'clock today. Thanks for that throw, Neil. Wow, look at WMG, guys. This is a 1 trade. I'm going to be putting this one on Twitter. You can guarantee that. Everything we put on there is just cash money. So get ready. 28-28. Look at this. We're still in this, guys. But just to let you know, we only have 20% of our position on. So we did capture a lot of this profit. Wasn't sure what it was going to do at 28. Now let's let this thing ride. Brendan, didn't I tell you this was going to be a monster opening here today for WMG? And that's exactly what it is. Again, never have enough shares when there's winners, but that's what we do here on the show. It's been a good one, guys. 12:01.
And let's wrap this puppy up here. I want to thank you once again, Gareth, of course, for being our guest trader of the day. And as always, we want everyone to be able to participate doing this. It doesn't matter what your experience level. So I'm going to go down the line. Valeria, thank you very much for doing a fantastic job. As always, give a little bit of a wave there. Sean, who will at some point get to that fruit salad. I'm sure it is absolutely full at this point. You know how it goes on a good day. And Brendan doing a great job, as always, professional, keeping us in line with the news on every single level here, making sure that we are informed when we trade. And again, Gareth, thank you very much for joining us. I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live, and we will see you back at 1, but also tomorrow, guys.